All right, boys, I think I found what we're going to read next. Look, Alexander Putney did two, he's got a couple other things, but these two right here are perfect for us. Tesla's Rebirth by Alexander Putney, 2009, and then Human Resonance by Alexander Putney, dude. He is on to the same exact shit as us. Look at this. Dude, yeah, check this. Look at this shit. Bro, this is the biggest, I think this is the biggest frickin' crop circle to date. Look at this. And he is all about the croppies, okay? Check this. This is all about Nicola, so we could read parts of this. I might jump around chapter to chapter because there's really important parts of this, and then there's just cool deep dive parts like Tesla and Da Vinci. But we gotta get into all these, you know, indigenous culture, like all these indigenous warnings and shit. Because, bro, look. Ooh, dude, Alexander Putney. He be putting me in bed and giving me sweet kisses on the head before tucking me in, you know what I mean? That makes it sound like I don't like his work. No, I love I think his writing is incredible. And his sources are incredible. His pictures, dude, if you're writing a book and you don't have pictures on every page, get the fuck out of here. Alexander Putney knows how to put pictures on shit. And dude, yeah, he's like, everything has to do with vibrational frequency and resonance. Yeah, just saying. Okay, let's look at the other one real quick. This might be the more important one, actually. I think I'm gonna read this first. This one is freaking called Akasha. See? Akasha. Ooh, Alexander Putney, 2014 to 2018. Here's our chapters. Okay, we might have to start with this one. I'll find some good Tesla bits from the Tesla one, but we're gonna start with Akasha, okay? Ready? Life in the cosmos is nurtured by the circulatory universal flow of infrasound resonance known by the sacred Om. Right? Dude, we're on the same shit. Okay, I'm gonna start reading this in the next part, okay? Ready? Here it goes. Alrighty, you boys ready to read? This is part 1 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Let's frickin' go, dudes. Ready? Whee! Okay. Boys, we actually hit the frickin' mother load. Look at this. I just found a file on archive.org that had all of these. These are all written by Alex Putney. Let's go. He started in 2008 with doing something on pi or phi or whatever. All with human resonance. That's what it's all about, right? Okay, this one's called Resonance Atlas, and it's got tons of photos of like how the resonance and shit works on Earth and how the frickin' pyramids play into it. Oh my goodness. Look at this, dude. Look, these are frickin' crop circles trying to tell us shit. Look at how these are all on the same band. Oh my gosh. Dude, look, it all works out to be these magnetic resonance things. The pyramid works like that, just like this. And it's on an epicenter. Look, dink. I think Alex Putney is probably our father. I think we're gonna just stay the course with Mr. Putney. Let's see, what else do we have? Tesla's Rebirth. Yep, we love that. This is a good one. Dude, there's too much good shit to read. Then we've got Veil of Invisibility. 100% completed it already. Here, let me put a green check. Boom. Then he did one on light water. Okay. Hell yeah. Fourth dimension shit. Then we got Kundalini in Ecuador. Dude, we're not even halfway. Infra world. What the hell? I think this might be about Sasquatch. Bro, is everything that we've ever heard and been told is crazy? I think it's all real. All of it is real. Look, this was that close to Stonehenge. Jesus. Bro, they gotta stop hiding shit from us. I have to know about all these crop circles immediately. Okay, then Chi. Dude, Putney is unstoppable. Geyser reactor. And it's all part of his human resonance research. And we're on Akasha. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, but we also have magnetic center. Alright, you guys let me know what you're most excited about. All hybrids? I know Dane's fucking excited about this. Hybrid Dragon Kings? Oh my god, maybe we have to do this one. Oh, Nephilim Giants. Dude, this has everything too. Okay, we'll work up to there. Hopefully Peter will give us enough time. Dude, this is nutty. How have we... This is just one. Oh my god. Dude, Alex Putney's been doing the work. And we haven't even seen any of it yet. Holy crap. This one... Alright, and then let's start. Let's get going. We're already freaking... Jesus, 3 minutes in. We gotta get through the first page. Here we go. Okay, here's our preface. God created man immortal to witness this. Only 3 conditions are required to be observed. First, create a living space which will attract man to itself and to which man has aspired. Second, there should be somewhere on the earth at least one person who thinks of you with kindness and love. Oh, that's sweet. Third, never even admit the thought that you can be overtaken by death. And this is extremely important. The universe will not stand by and allow a life-creating thought to die. Okay? The new civilization, Vladimir, will be characterized by a new conscious awareness as well as by new perceptions of the surrounding world. This great principle that has been given birth in people today will remain invisible to ordinary sight until the appearance of the planet known as the Earth has changed. It will affect life in the universe as a whole. Even though our planet is but a small particle, it is in close interaction with other parts of the universe. Even if one small particle should change, its changes can influence the whole spectrum of the universe. Anastasia. Interesting. Prescient words of Vedras elders from the forests of the Siberian taiga reflect that timeless wisdom once possessed by all people. The reemergence of potent seeds of knowledge closely precedes an astronomical event that will shift the appearance of Earth and the conjoined perception of all terrestrial human beings. What the hell are they talking about? I bet we're gonna frickin' figure out, dudes. Alright, let's get through this too. For all the radiant beings who guide humanity toward the creation of a lasting peace on Earth, with her transformation into a heavenly planet, under the purifying red light of the solar twins, having no one to influence my outlook, I display my primordial nature and adopt the style of a youthful prince. This is due to the only father guru. I am busy working for others. Prajna, penetrating all obstacles, has made the prince old and wise, fearing no one, dancing in space, clad in clouds, eating the sun and holding the moon. The stars are my retinue. The naked child is beautiful and dignified. I'm going to stay away from that one. The red flower, this is ancient, I'm assuming, and Cat Dad did not write this, just so everyone knows. The red flower blooms in the sky. It is ironic to see the formless dancer dancing to the trumpet without a trumpeter. At the palace of Red Ruby, listening to the utterance of the seed syllable, it is joyful to watch the dance of illusion, the seductive maidens of phenomena. The warrior without a sword, riding on a rainbow, hears the limitless laughter of transcendent joy. The poisonous snake becomes Amrita, drinking fire, wearing water, holding the mace of the wind, breathing earth. I am the Lord of 3 worlds. Excerpt from Enthronement by Chogyam Trungpa, January 22nd, 1973, in The Myth of Freedom and the Way of Meditation. Alrighty. Okay, and here's our chapters. We got Akasha, 1 through 18, Anastasia's Ray, 19 through 40, Eternal Life, 41 through 56, the Red Dwarf Alignment, 57 to 82, and the LOD Oscillation, 83 to 98. Hell yeah. So this is about the same length as Veil of Invisibility. Okay, here we go. Chapter 1. Just kidding, you gotta see it in the next part if you want to actually hear some of the words. Ready? See you in chapter 2. Bye. Oh boys, the suspense is killing me. We're on chapter 2. We're gonna actually read now. Ready? Akasha. Life in the cosmos is nurtured by the circulatory universal flow of infrasound resonance known as the sacred Om. This all-penetrating force has identified among ancient Paleo-Sanskrit scholars of the Atlantean civilization as Vishnu, the pervader. The sacred Sanskrit octagonal mandala structure encodes the quantum function, Zn plus 1 equals Zn squared. A seed equation closely related to the Mandelbrot set. An embryo develops in a mother's resonant body whose beating heart acts upon the fetus throughout the phases of its formation. Mother and infant are one in biorhythmic terms until the moment of separation at birth, when their biorhythms normally diverge from resonance into dissonance. The worldwide network of Atlantean pyramids was designed to induce mass biorhythmic synchronization. Dude, this makes fucking sense, bro. Alex Putney is putting me onto some hot shit already. Page 1. The biorhythmic frequency matching of the mother and fetus was replicated by infrasonic roaring within the dominant frequencies of planetary resonance, focused by giant geopolymer crystalline structures into special chambers that were used in both physical and spiritual cleansing. Trance channel Edgar Cayce described exposure of the human body to an advanced form of fire, the pyramid chambers, referred to among Sanskrit traditions as Akasha, the quintessential element, known today as HHO plasma. Dude, this is what Sue Arrigo was talking about. Everything is so connected, bro. It's like I just randomly picked this, but this is the next thing that we needed to read, right? What a world. I can't wait. Dude, I wish that all these were 20 pages, so that we could get through all of them faster, but I think that we are going to be rewarded for reading this stuff, okay? Through the same form of fire, the bodies of individuals were regenerated by the burning through the application of the rays from the stone, the influences that brought destructive forces to an animal organism. Hence, the body rejuvenated itself often and remained in that land until the eventual destruction. Oh, dude, I think this kind of helps me understand the plane thing that, they're like, oh, we're just on like a light spectrum thing or whatever. It looks like this, but this also looks like the earth if it was like unfolded and laid flat, right? And then you still saw the resonant frequencies or whatever. Like this is still Egypt, right? And then it's just like if earth was just flattened. Okay. Ooh, look at this, dude. Those are all the magnetic frequencies interacting with each other. So in these hot spots and the lack of hotspot or whatever, it must mean something. It must give you some, I don't know. Maybe in the dark parts are all where the best biorhythmic synchronization happens, dude. And then if we're all synced up, then what? It's just that we all live good. We all understand each other, because we could use a whole bunch of that right now. You know what I mean? Oh, look at this, dude. I'm telling you, these crop circles are very, very, very important. We're going to have to start taking Alex Putney's. Like, he has a ton in here. He knows they're important. See, dude, we got this. Like, this is incredible. No human made this. 0% chance. 0. No human made this either. The standing wave structure of the electron is the same standing wave structure expressed in the spherical forms of plasma orbs that are responsible for the geometric formation of energetic vortices that manifest as crop circles. The 2010 Whitefield, England formation displayed the standing wave mandala integrated with passages of Atlantean text that has not been recognized, reading Adhi Ra Indra Rua Ra Upana Ra, meaning delivering, granting of Jupiter, roaring, granting, the highest granting. For millennia, all over the world, crop circle patterns have been reiterating design elements and motifs that are explicit representations of Paleo-Sanskrit hieroglyphs, subliminally calling humanity into deeply held memories of the global mathematical language of the high civilization of Atlantis. The simple hieroglyphic phrase, Indra, has also been identified in the design of the Baltic Sea Monument, cast in magnetic geopolymer basalt over 14,000 years ago and now lying dormant in ruin on the seafloor. The stunning mandala crop formation appeared with a variation of the Atlantean votive motif in June 19th, 2015 near the Avebury megalithic circle in Wiltshire, England, overleaf. On July 19th, 2015, an immense formation appeared at Ockley Hill, Surrey, presenting the Atlantean votive icon in 3D, reading Indra Rua Yara Adiyas, meaning Jupiter the One, roaring, commencing, granting for delivering. That is a fucking black cube if I've ever seen one. Dude. So wait, okay, so these symbols here, this is the word? Where are these though? Where are they written? I don't see them. You know what I mean? What? How do you read it? Oh my gosh, well hopefully we'll figure that out in part 3. Here it comes. We are in part 3. There is a black cube. It's a cool black cube. It's not like the shitty black cubes like that Khalil and all the OOBers work for, you know? Anyway, crop circles are the real deal, guys, and we need to study them and learn them and figure them out and understand them. And I bet Alex Putney is going to help us do that, okay? Another pair of submerged Atlantean cities have been comprehensively identified in the eastern Atlantic Ocean that confirm the Paleolithic origin of the Sanskrit language and the mnemonic nature of the timeless messages being conveyed in majestic crop formations. The Atlantean canal city of Poseida and the Azores pyramid with its extensive city ruins both lay along the same resonant circle distance from the Great Pyramid of 13.2% of Earth's mean circumference of 24,892 miles. The Buddha sat at the Bodhi tree to achieve spiritual enlightenment along this fundamental band of acoustic resonance. Well-known Buddhist symbolism has been repeatedly embedded in large mandala crop formations without broad public recognition. These prescient messages to humanity hold a deeper spiritual significance that can only be properly understood by restoring modern awareness of our ancient global hieroglyphic language and culture. The Alton Barnes Eastfield 777 picture was measured at over 1,000 feet in length, emphasizing the sacred prime number 7 by its date of creation and representing a giant Om symbol composed of swirled down circles. The astounding formation was actually witnessed and caught on film by Winston Keach and Gary King, who had serendipitously anticipated an event in the early morning hours. At around 1:35 on July 7, Mr. Keach, helped by Mr. King, completed the last sweep of an area using a camera equipped with night vision. No formation was visible in the field. Then it became intensely dark and nothing was seen, but at 3:13 a.m. there was a flash of what Mr. Keach described as sheet lightning. It appeared on the video footage and lasted 4 microseconds. 20 minutes later at 3:20 a.m., there was enough light to make out the formation in the field below. It was one of the largest ever seen. It measured 1,033 feet long and consisted of 150 circles, the largest of which was 164 feet across. There's 0% chance that humans made that. Dude. Within an hour of the formation seeing the early light of day, UK military black operations helicopters were on the scene, disturbing those earliest visitors to the formation. Individuals present in the formation itself around 6 a.m. reported aggressive close-range passes taken by the helicopters to deter visitors while they released yellow sulfur powder into the air above the giant pattern. Dude. Unknown to confused eyewitnesses, sulfur is used industrially for absorption of electrons, thereby dispersing strong electromagnetic fields measured around the formation by the military helicopters and instrumentation. This is also the reason sulfur is released by transdimensional devils or demons who beam into people's bedrooms at night for nefarious purposes so as to dissipate the strong EM fields. What the hell? Okay, Doodles, I can't tell if this is exactly the Winston Keach footage that Alex Putney was talking about, but check this out.
Isn't visible to the human eye, but the cameras picked up clearly because they work in the infrared range and are very sensitive. Was this summer at Adam's Grave. Now, an interesting series of events happened at Adam's Grave. On this particular night, 2 helicopters were flying a perimeter around Adam's Grave. What can only be described as a glowing ball of infrared light emerged from the ground. As it emerged from the ground, it hovered until the helicopters flew towards it. And as soon as the helicopters had committed to following it, it accelerated away 20 miles in a matter of a couple of seconds. That's 0 to 600 miles an hour in a couple of seconds. That's the kind of thing, and the human eye could not see it. I could not see it, the colour cameras could not see it. The infrared cameras could see it as clear as day. A glow, there we go, of the ball emerging from the ground. It then hovers while it attracts the attention of 2 helicopters that are about to appear from the right-hand side here. Here we go, the lower helicopter and the higher one. And as it does, it then races off onto the horizon. So fast it just almost blinks out. There it is, there it goes. Horizon to horizon in 2 seconds.
All right, here we go. part 4. You better come back. See you in a minute. Bye. Look at this. That's what we're going to look at. Holy crap. Holy. What's up, my freaking nitwitches? I just recorded 2 whole chapters with my fucking mic turned off. God damn it. Anyway, part 4 of Alex Putney's, Akasha. Here we go. Look at this. This is pretty. Dude, Alex has the best books. Everyone put pictures in your books. What is wrong with you? Buddhist structures have preserved the Sanskrit Om symbol and its connection with the circle in Sanskrit mandala, shown in this example with modern Sanskrit text lines spiraling around the central hieroglyphic symbol to give the impression of concentric circles of resonant infrasound bands above. See? That's what this is. Cool. The Buddha sat in the foot of a large tree, the Bodhi tree, to benefit from the infrasonic resonance given off by the tree itself. As it transduces cosmic infrasound focused at that site, the Atlantean pyramids were designed to create the same effect as a giant tree, which informs the ancient spiritual metaphor for the cosmic energy structure as a giant tree of life. Fruit will not desiccate in the Great Pyramid chambers, and gurus' bodies will not desiccate when placed in the resonant niches of the sacred temple, where bioelectrical energy is ambiently focused for human, physical, and spiritual benefit. And then in the previous video, I had this fun little part where I pulled up, Google, and then I searched for the definition and figured out that desiccate means to thoroughly dry out. So they're saying that fruit doesn't die underneath this Bodhi tree, and that the human body will not die if it's in the resonating chamber of the fucking pyramids, dude. And that is exactly what Thoth said. He said that every once in a while or whatever, he goes to the basement of the pyramid and reincarnates or regenerates his fucking body. Oh, brother, this is wild. I can't believe I recorded that without my audio on. No, I can. Of course I can. Of course I did that. I do it all the time. Anyway, this is the one of the equations that Sue was talking about, I think. Or no, this one says plus C. What's C again? Is that light? The speed of light or some shit? Okay, here we go. Ram Bahadur Bomjan was born in April 9th, 1990 in the village of Ratanpuri, 93 miles southeast of Kathmandu in the jungles of Nepal's Bara district. Ram was enrolled at a Buddhist school where his meditation practice intensified. At 15 years of age, on May 18th, 2005, Bomjan began a prolonged period of intense meditation enfolded within the roots of a pipal tree in the dense jungle some miles from his home village. Bomjan apparently abstained from the intake of solid food and liquids for the duration of his meditation by the tree, before walking away on March 11th, 2006, nearly 9 months later. 6 months and 16 days into Ram's papal tree meditation, his older brother Ganjajit explained to visitors that Ram had not attained Buddhahood. He said, "I am at the level of Rinpoche. I have a guru. He is Chi Ni Nyai Chen Guru. I'm an avatar, a reincarnate." Gangajit explained that Ram's level of spiritual attainment evidently allows him to withstand extreme temperatures during severe weather conditions, despite his prolonged absence from both food and water. "We used to worry, but he sat through monsoon rains and hailstorms. You would expect him to get sick with bacterial infections, but he has not. Now we believe that he will be fine. He has lost weight, but he is well. The investigation confirmed he is fine. We're blessed to have him. All we want for him is to succeed on the path that he has chosen." Damn, what an understanding family. You guys have one of those? I've never seen that before. The 14-foot wide pipal tree acts as a giant energy collector, and Bomjan's bare shoulders and feet were receiving ample current from the tree. Helicopter, helicopter. Put your hats on. Merging with the energy of the tree enables the meditator to sustain himself electrically without the need for food and water for indefinite periods of time. During the extended meditation and under observation of astonished onlookers who were lucky enough to witness the divine interaction, glowing plasma orbs appeared before him. On November 11, 2005, a bright light appeared shining from Bomjan's guru's head. These events were corroborated by many witnesses, including the brother of the meditator who had been administrating the site, now enshrined. Ganjajit Bomjon has provided his own eyewitness account of the luminous orbs and symbols that had interacted with his brother before his severe meditation at the pipal tree. From his left foot, it circled his body and went to the top of his head. Some of his hair rose up on its own and formed a knot. Then from here, the third eye chakra, here, the temples, and here, the back of the head, light came. The light was very clear and white, very different than sunlight. Then on the crown of his head was an Om. On his throat was a swastika, and not that kind. Don't get excited, Hitler and Austin Russell. On his chest, a lotus flower, and here at his navel was a sun, and last, a small dagger-like knife. Hell yeah. While other eyewitness accounts do not reflect the detailed religious interpretation given by Bomjon's brother, the luminous interaction left a profound impression of divine grace, reflecting the awe experienced by receptive visitors to the temporary electromagnetic formations discovered in crop fields worldwide. Sacred geometric configurations expressed in the circle makers in their intricate woven formations conform to hyperdimensional quadratic equations that resonate within the human mind, grounding to our essential connection with the Creator in EM events, scattered through the present times of epic change on Earth. Hell yeah, let's go, boys. All right, well, I'll see you in part 5, and I'm going to have my mic turned on. If I ever do this again, I'm quitting YouTube and TikTok, just so you know. Akasha, part 5 by Alex Putney. You guys ready? Look at this. What's going on up here? Those look like a bunch of reverberation pond lines. You know, if you threw a rock in a pond and then it rippled, it looks like that. What the frick is going on? The quantum quadratic function Zn plus 1 equals Zn squared also encapsulates the spherical mandala map of consciousness that reveals the resonant alignment of not only the Bodhi tree meditation spot in Bodh Gaya, India, but also the known birthplace of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha in Lumbini, Nepal, and the birthplace of present-day Buddha Ram Banjan in Ratanpuri, Nepal. The parallels are quite remarkable. The Bodhi tree, Bodh Gaya in India, is situated approximately 3,290 miles from the Great Pyramid, located at the resonant 13.12% distance interval. Ratanpuri village, Nepal, is 3,282 miles from the Great Pyramid of Gaza, a distance that is nearly 13.2% of the Earth's mean circumference. Lumbini, Nepal, is situated only 130 miles from Ratanpuri, approximately 3,144 miles from the Great Pyramid along the 12.6% distance. The high precision alignment of major sites along the Great Circle at the 13.2% distance from the Great Pyramid comprises powerful evidence for the great significance of standing wave patterns as measured in their profound influence on the spiritual development of humanity through the life teachings of advanced reincarnated souls who take the role of Buddha through many lifetimes as a practical demonstration for the average human being of the capacity of human consciousness to overcome all material limitations. What the hell? Let's go! The present-day Buddha Banjan was referred to as Palden Dorai, and now using the title Dharma Sangha, continues the spiritual teaching of the way of non-action and the way of non-violence that has been widely remembered for in his previous incarnation as Siddhartha Gautama. Masters of consciousness have continually reincarnated on the earth plane for the enlightenment of humanity on its collective journey to higher states of existence. Through the mass transformation we are now witnessing across the face of the entire earth. Another great master walking the earth in recent times has been known as Mahavatar Babaji, whose life is not publicly known and is the subject of much legend. Many sages before him have also been given his same title, one of which may actually be his previous incarnation on Earth. These mysteries are all held in the Akashic field for all to who may read them. Access is determined by the bioelectrical state of the meditator, who is experienced in psychonavigation through mental planes. Such possibilities have remained largely closed to the average terrestrial human being for thousands of years due to the low level of general knowledge, as well as the extremely low levels of planetary resonance within the Earth and the entire solar system that has persisted for the past 13 millennia. The present inverse trend of greatly intensifying infrasound resonance being experienced over the course of the last 7 decades marks the buildup to the oncoming geomagnetic reversal. Ay caramba, that sounds like the Earth shift. That sounds like the pole shift. All right, next up we've got Anastasia's Ray in part 6. Here we go, buckle in, boys. This is part 6, babies. It's Anastasia's Ray, and we are going on right now. Here we go, Anastasia's Ray. From the depths of the Siberian taiga, the world's largest forest radiates a voice of wisdom that speaks directly to the human heart. Her name is Anastasia, and her family represents a continuous line of Vedras elders possessing profound ancestral knowledge that extends far back in time to the advanced Paleo-Sanskrit heritage of the Atlanteans. The Vedras understanding of creation embodies the timeless clarity of a culture rooted in the attuned awareness of invisible forces that synchronize human consciousness and buoy human perceptions of reality. A sacred barefoot lifestyle according to Vedic wisdom teachings combined with careful observation and meditation on the biorhythmic relationships of all life forms has enabled Anastasia's mastery of nature's way. By these means, she engages in direct communications with nature's guardian spirit forms, the luminous orbs that are seen, filmed, and photographed. The existence of this living treasure of wisdom hidden in the northern forest was boldly announced to the world by merchant and explorer Vladimir Megre, who wrote and published a series of 10 best-selling books called The Ringing Cedars of Russia. After meeting Anastasia on the Ob River in 1994, further visits inspired Vladimir to dedicate himself as Anastasia's life partner, to give her children and share her visionary wisdom with the modern world. According to Vladimir's recapitulation, Vedras teachings describe the deep ringing resonance of giant Siberian cedar trees that selectively focus their stored cosmic energy on the family lineage of those who implanted them as tiny seeds. Anastasia provides a refreshing ancient conception of the function of DNA in the communication between plants and human beings, in creating medicinal foods that contain a unique balance of nutrients, especially selected for the person who planted the tiny seed, making contact with the plant itself and through barefoot contact with the soil from which the plant receives nourishment. The carefully selected words of Vedras elders express the timeless wisdom that reflects the deeply embedded Sanskrit heritage once shared by all of humanity. As with all of the world's diverse languages, the Russian language finds its roots in the Paleo-Sanskrit hieroglyphic language written and spoken by the ancient Vedras. The name Anastasia signifies resurrection in the Greek language, with the more ancient Sanskrit meaning corresponding to incorruptible, being untainted or reflecting purity. Anastasia possesses the pristine knowledge of creation that extends into the invisible, extraterrestrial, and higher dimensional planes of reality, allowing her complete control over her electronic body, allowing accurate remote viewing of any place and time. Furthermore, all the individuals of Anastasia's family line are also capable of instantly transmitting their physical body through space and time at will, an advanced skill defined by her grandfather as psychoteleportation. They contend that this method is the natural means for exploring the universe that all human beings are innately capable of, given the proper Vedic training. Okay, show me. Other cities or advanced capabilities of pure consciousness include Anastasia's ability to regulate her body temperature, to withstand below freezing temperatures for extended periods of time without any physical exertion or discomfort. Another great attainment reflects her ability to consciously enter into an extended state of anabiosis for sleep, or for deep, uninterrupted remote viewing while hibernating during the winter months, sealed inside her grass-filled earthen dugout enveloped in the roots of a giant tree. What the hell? Okay, Anastasia's Glade. There it is. I'm going to have to put all these into frickin' Google Maps. Oh, look, it hits right there. Dang. Because this is Giza, right? All right. Here, I'll read this part. Anastasia's family glade in the taiga forest, around 25 kilometers east of the Ob River, is situated approximately 2,760 miles from Giza, a distance representing precisely 11% of Earth's mean circumference of 24,892 miles. This resonant distance interval between Anastasia's glade and the Great Pyramid also constitutes 1/9 of Earth's mean circumference. This significant geometric relationships conform to the ancient global positioning system implemented by the Paleo-Sanskrit pyramid builders for infrasonic wave focusing. Anastasia's amazing mental capabilities are induced by resonant infrasound standing waves, focused by the high-precision axis-symmetric geometry of the Great Pyramid, as brilliantly designed by Vedic adepts of the Atlantean era. Infrasound resonance induced electromagnetic anomalies and spontaneous piezoelectric fires recur with great frequency along this 11% great circle distance, with highly unusual fires having been reported multiple times in Mumbai, India, and explosive aquifer upwellings from a mountain above Rangrik, India. Enhanced electrical ground currents have also been recorded at this 11% distance in Laukvik, Norway, during periods of intense solar activity, resulting in severe geomagnetic storms. Let's go, dude. All right, here we go. This is where we're going in part 7, babies. Buckle in. I'll see you in a minute. We are on part 7 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Alex Putney's the guy who wrote Veil of Invisibility that we get a lot of our information from. Well, he's a researcher. He compiles all this shit. He's an incredible writer. Look, we already got through chapter 1, Akasha. We're on to the second part of Anastasia's Ray, chapter 7 overall, and we're moving a frickin' long, okay? After Anastasia's Ray, we've got Eternal Life, the Red Dwarf Alignment, and the LOD Oscillation, okay? All right, let's try and make sense of the world, okay? Hey, while I'm scrolling, you know that I do this thing, but when I'm done with it, I post it on YouTube, right? You know that? So if you aren't even able to make it, you can just watch it, though. If you like, I don't know, like the H3 podcast, but don't like the Zionism, you might like hanging out with us. If you like fun, if you like aliens, if you like any of the stuff that I normally talk about, you'll like this, I think. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love a freaking follower, you know? Here, look, just real quick, let me just show you where it is. If you go to my page, right? Well, I'm in mommy right now, but you can still see. Oh, they took my YouTube away? Oh my god. Look, dude, I searched Cat Dad and none of my accounts come up. Or not my normal one. Like, I'm so sick of this, man. Gotta put a period in the middle of Cat Dad. Wow. Anyway, if you go here, dude, they did take my fucking YouTube away. What the hell? Okay, well, if you go to my fucking link tree, you can go to my YouTube there, or my Discord, or my Twitch, or listen to Meet the Leebies, or listen to Noise Boys. I'm going to post last night's and maybe tonight or tomorrow. Okay, maybe the frickin' YouTube only shows up on frickin' mobile, but there, if you go there, you can follow, and then you can watch any of those, you know, shows that I was talking about. But I do it live on all those days, and then right after, I post it here. And YouTube does not, none of these apps push my shit to the people that follow me anymore. So it sucks, but you kind of got to actively seek it out. And I would really appreciate it, because I'm trying to put out some decent stuff. They just won't show it to anyone. But hell yeah. All right, let's get back to Akasha by Alex Putney. Ready? Okay, I think we left off. Yeah, we're on the Eagle Child. Okay, ready? The significantly enhanced acoustic and electromagnetic fields of Anastasia's secluded forest glade has provided her long family line of Vedic masters with the special conditions of consciousness that engender telepathic communication between human beings, animals, and plants. Among the many unusual ancient practices of Vedic Russia, small infants were taken on aerial viewing flights by large, majestic golden eagles trained through countless generations of conscious cooperation communication with advanced human beings. What the hell? Cool. Ancient Vedras knowledge extols the resonant healing properties of Siberian cedars, understanding the special role of the cedar tree in the storage of cosmic energy, beneficial to man's well-being, as concisely explained to Vladimir by Anastasia's grandfather, a man whose appearance belied an age of 119 years old. Let's go, dude. God created the cedar to store cosmic energy. When someone is in a state of love, they emit a radiant energy. It takes but a split second for it to reflect off the planets floating overhead and come back to Earth to give life to everything that breathes. Let's go. All right. I'm seeing the sacred geometries and all this shit. Let's hear it. The sun is one of those planets, and it reflects but a tiny fraction of such radiance. Only bright rays can travel into space from man on the Earth. The only beneficial rays can be reflected from space back to Earth. Under the influence of malicious feelings, man can emit only dark rays. These dark rays cannot rise, but must fall into the depths of the Earth. Bouncing off its core, they return to the surface in the form of volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, wars, etc. The culminating achievement of these dark rays is their direct effect on the man originating them, invariably exacerbating the man's own malicious feelings. Cedars live to be 550 years old. Day and night, their millions of needles catch and store the whole spectrum of bright energy. During the period of the cedar's life, all the celestial bodies which reflect this bright energy pass above them. Even in one tiny piece of cedar, there is more energy beneficial to man than in all the man-made energy installations taken together. Dude, yeah, take that, Ford. Take that, Einstein, or take that, Edison, dorks. Cedars receive the energy emanating from man through space, store it up, and at the right moment give it back. They give it back when there is not enough of it in space, and consequently in man, or in everything living and growing on the earth. After 500 years of their life, they start to ring. This is how they talk to us, through their quiet ringing sound. This is how they signal people to take them and cut them down to make use of their stored up energy in the earth. This is what the cedars are asking with their ringing sound. They keep on asking for 3 whole years. If they don't have contact with living human beings, then in 3 years, deprived of the opportunity to give back what they have received and stored through the cosmos, they lose their ability to give it back directly to man. Then they start burning up the energy internally. This torturous process of burning and dying lasts 27 years. Whoa. Footnote: the trees indeed capture a wide range of radiation beyond the visible light. Man-made antennas are but an imitation of branching pattern on trees. Both the structure of trees and the materials composing them betray natural wave receptors. Tree sap is a great conductor of electricity. This is why a tree hit by lightning virtually explodes, and static electricity was first received from amber, a fossil resin from conifer trees. All right, on the next page, we're going to look at tree rings. Hell yeah, dudes. And then bees. Oh my goodness, it's happening. We are on to part number 8 after this. See you in a minute. Here we go. We're moseying down that road. Welcome to part 8 of Alex Putney's Akasha. The profound Vedic awareness of the magical taiga forest and the divine healing function of its ringing trees seems fantastical to many readers. Yet these contentions are directly supported by the widely suppressed findings of nonlinear acoustics and resonant metallurgy. A powerful resonance emanates from circular pendants made from the wood of ringing cedars, presenting concentric circles growth rings that represent the sacred Sanskrit mandala depiction of planetary infrasound standing waves. What? The old fellow said, "This was a most unusual cedar. The piece should be worn on one's chest as a pendant. Hang it around your neck while standing barefoot in the grass and then press it to your exposed chest with your left hand. It only takes a minute or so to feel the pleasing warmth emanating from this piece of cedar, followed by slight shiver running through the whole body." The old fellow confidently assured me that within 3 months the possessor of one of these ringing cedar pendants would feel considerable improvements in his sense of well-being and will be cured of any and all diseases. The potent healing qualities of the Vedras elders ascribed to the many products derived from Siberian cedars can only be preserved for direct human healing benefits through the careful application of ancient Vedic techniques. Special restrictions must be observed when preparing the resonant essential oil of the Siberian cedar nut. I also asked my daughter and her husband to set up cedar oil production. I told them about the ancient technique I learned from Anastasia. The expression was carried out using the cold pressing method, which is supposed to preserve the greatest amount of the oil's beneficial substances, and using wooden blocks. It was necessary to do this because the cedar nut kernel and oil contain the entire periodic table, and certain elements can oxidize if they come in contact with metal. In addition, only glass containers were used during bottling. However, it differed from cedar nut oil I've tried in the taiga. I got the impression that it contained less life force than the taiga cedar oil. We saw a change in quality as soon as we moved the whole production process, from nut stage to the pressing of the oil and its packaging. In a village in the taiga, 120 kilometers outside of the city of Novosibirsk. Dude, life force, just like the piss, right? Just like the piss in the goddamn Book of Aquarius. You guys know the Book of Aquarius, right? It's the book that I suspect is written by Thoth in 2010 because he's sick of the gatekeeping fucking alchemists who have hidden that the philosopher's stone is real and it's literally made from piss. That's it. That's the only ingredient. That's the whole thing. And that has the most life force in it. That has a ton of life force. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking, dude. I have this whole thing is so highlighted. Hold on. Just give me a sec. I'll tell you. Here, you don't believe me? You want to see? Here, let me ruin it for you, okay? He doesn't give it up until like a page 100 or something. Okay, what is it made from? One ingredient. And Thoth says the ingredient is urine. I understand this may sound strange and suspiciously convenient on first hearing. However, there is sound and logical reasoning for the stone to be made from urine. First, I must explain that the stone could, in theory, be made from anything, since everything contains the life energy to some degree, which is the active ingredient of the stone. Urine contains this life energy in high concentration, due to the fact that it has just come out of you, and you, as a living animal, are full of life energy. From the urine, we will need to extract a distillate, water, and a salt. The life energy is in the water, and since the life energy is so volatile, it will remain with the water even when the water is distilled, evaporated, or condensed. Our bodies do not want to reject the life energy in the urine, but have no choice since the life energy is attached to the water. Secondly, urine is the perfect ingredient because it is as of yet undetermined. That is, it has been well filtered, broken down, and purified. It contains all kinds of different minerals, but in minute particles not yet assigned to any purpose. So you assign it to piss. And you probably think, oh man, I need to drink a lot of water and get really hydrated. I better do that if I want to make a philosopher's stone. False. You know what the best kind of urine is? The best urine to use is that of a dark yellow color, since this means there is less water and more body, which is useful in the first part of the work. Therefore, the best time to collect the urine to be used for making the stone is the first time you urinate in the morning. This fact has been an open secret, as you can see from the society so named Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, who's managed to figure out the true ingredient for the philosopher's stone, but unfortunately thought that it itself was a metaphor. So to recap, the only ingredient of the philosopher's stone is urine, preferably obtained in the morning. You will need around 1 liter. Yep. Okay, so you guys think I joke a lot, guys. I always joke. I joke constantly, but I don't lie. And I don't think Thoth lies either. It's written by Anonymous, but come on, dude. That thing is written by Thoth. You should read it if you haven't yet. It's incredible. Okay, here we go. As replicated in anti-gravitic metallurgy, the presence of every element in Siberian cedar nut oil is not observed in cedar populations outside the protective taiga forest. Due to the degradation of interdependent plant communities and environmental nutrients in most populated areas of the world today, the acoustical and electrical energy storage capacity of giant Siberian cedars represents the natural model after which the Atlantean pyramid network was designed for advanced bioelectrical chi healing techniques. However, misjudging the powerful energy bursts of both pyramids and ringing Siberian cedars can also have fatal consequences, as in the case of Anastasia's parents, who were both killed by such a fatal miscalculation. What the hell? Vladimir cites biblical references that directly support Anastasia's explanations regarding the special resonant quality of Siberian cedars that generates their ultra-low frequency ringing sound. Cedarwood possesses special phytoncidal properties even once it's been cut, so a moth will never take up residence in a closet made of cedar, and the Old Testament's King Solomon, who also seems to have known of cedar's mysterious properties, built a temple out of it, having given away several entire cities of his kingdom in exchange for certain specially chosen cedars. Whoa. But the priests were unable to perform services in the temple because a cloud formed inside of it. What? 3 Kings 8:11? Is that a Bible verse? This enigmatic event retold in the Bible has not been fully understood by any readers in our time or before, for it poignantly describes the acoustically induced levitation of light water, resonant water molecules exclusively composed of protium. Nikola Tesla's infrasound resonance experiments at Colorado Springs replicated the condensation of dense fog in his lab. Oh, yeah! Leading to his 1899 discovery of standing waves and his 1899 communication to aliens. He talked to aliens, and then he sent a letter to the Red Cross telling them that, and then I think the Red Cross ruined his life and stole his alien knowledge, and then yeah, they're evil. They're the Rothschilds, the Red Cross is. Yep. And yeah, Tesla literally spoke to aliens. And you know who that alien was? It was literally the alien EBE who we read the other day. Tesla spoke to him, said 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he didn't get the message from EBE. So EBE said, I better go to Earth and check on them. What's going on? And he tried to come and find Tesla and instead talk to the government. Why? Dude, anyway, okay, so part 9 is coming, boys. It's something to do with bees. Love you. Oh, yeah, and also I just wanted to say, if you can't make this show, you know, you can go watch on my YouTuber, okay? Just go on my profile pic, okay? Hit my profile picky thing, and then you can just go here, and then look. Yeah, I try and make some good stuff. They just don't show it to anyone, okay? So a follow would be mucho appreciadoed. All right, love you guys. See you in part 9. Bye. Oh, bumblebees and mountains. It's bumblebees and mountains in part 9 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Here we go, dudes. Let's go. And just so you know, tomorrow this is happening. And guys, you know what? It's always on frickin' YouTuber, okay? Always. Go have some fun, explore. They won't show this to anyone. So it's only people who seek it out. I'm sorry I need to do a little bit of self-promo, but no one else does it, so I kind of have to, okay? All right, let's go. Here we go. The same invisible resonant vibratory forces that underlie natural isotopic shifts of atomic and molecular structures in our atmosphere also mitigate interactions between all creatures on the Earth, perpetually inundating the surface with infrasonic wave rhythms by which all life orients itself in spacetime through the expression of DNA. Electrical interaction of insects and flowers has revealed another invisible aspect of their symbiotic relationships with a great diversity of flowering plant species. Bees have a positive electrical charge because they fly in air, which is full of all kinds of tiny particles, such as dust and charged molecules. Friction from these particles causes bees to lose electrons, leaving bumblebees positively charged. Flowers, on the other hand, are electrically connected to ground. Unlike copper wire, which transfers charges very quickly, plants conduct electricity very slowly and tend to possess a negative charge. The researchers studied how interactions between the two changed the electrical fields and the bee's behavior. They determined that when a bee lands on a flower, this generates its own electrical field and therefore a force. It's as though a mini spark results when the two connect. The bee can sense the electrically induced force. It appears to improve the bee's squeeze memory of flower rewards, such as pollen and nectar, affecting later foraging. The flower, in turn, is electrically charged for a short period after the interaction. Dude, I need to do that copper wire thing into my garden, because apparently if you put a post in your garden and then wrap a wire around it and like basically ground your garden to the earth and, you know, have part of the electric or the copper wire sticking up out of the ground, apparently it'll start from air. It'll start, you know, going down the wire and grounding itself into the earth, and that causes one of these things, a magnetic field, to go start popping off around your garden, apparently. And remember all those the Mexican pyramids there, Teotihuacan or whatever, Teotihuacan, fuck, I'm sorry. Isn't that just a bunch of gardens all over? Like, that's what's around it? Dude, yeah, like electricity I think might be awesome for plants. Okay, this fascinating aspect of insect-plant interactions also extends to physical contacts with human beings. Insects and plants receive the same electrifying sensation and attraction for human contact, yet the electrical reward cannot be received from human beings who are not purified in body or consciousness. Only mindful human beings who have purified their physical bodies and maintain a resonant barefoot lifestyle may engage in the sacred life-giving interactions with creation as originally designed. Adepts of Ayurveda achieve telepathic communication with the elemental spirits of nature, known in popular culture today as orb phenomena or as ball lightning by today's scientists, which are actually sentient plasma beings that swarm around bodies of purified water where consciousness is endowed. Anastasia's interactions with the luminous plasma entities was witnessed and retold by her grandfather. 3 days after Anastasia's parents were killed at the Ringing Cedar, Anastasia sat at their burial mound. She took her first little step away from her parents' grave, then a second step. Her little feet got mixed up in the grass, and her little body lost its balance and started to fall. But the fall, well, that was something quite unusual. At the moment she fell, a barely noticeable bluish glow came flooding over the glade and changed the Earth's laws of gravity just on that particular spot. It touched us too with some kind of mellow languor. Anastasia's body didn't fall, but gradually and smoothly descended to the ground. Once she got up on her feet again, the bluish light disappeared and the normal gravitation field was restored. With careful and hesitating footsteps, Anastasia went over to a little branch lying in the glade and was able to pick it up. We realized she had started cleaning up the glade, as her mother had done many times. This wee little girl then carried the dry branch to the edge of the glade, but once again she lost her balance, began to fall, and dropped the branch. During her fall, once more the bluish glow sparked into life, changing the Earth's gravitational field, and the branch flew over to the little pile of dry branches lying in the edge of the glade. Some invisible presence was carrying out little Anastasia's desires, but she wanted to do everything herself as her mama had done, and no doubt in protest against this help from her invisible ally, she thrust her little hand in the air and waved it gently above her head. We looked up and saw it. Over the meadow, we saw hanging a small spherical mass, pulsating and glowing with a pale blue light. We could see a whole multitude of fiery discharges inside its transparent covering, giving the effect of multicolored lightning. Indeed, it was very similar to large ball lightning, but it was intelligent. We couldn't tell what it was made of and what kind of intelligence we were dealing with. We could feel some kind of unknown and unseen power in it, but there was no sense of fear in this power. On the contrary, it seemed to be radiating a pleasant, languid grace. We didn't feel like moving. We just felt like being. Even though it was a bright sunny day, the leaves of the trees and the petals on the flowers turned in its direction. In its bluish glow there was more power than in the sun's rays, and it could change the Earth's gravitational field at the moment Anastasia fell, just in the right place and at the right time. The change was so precise that her body descended smoothly, but yet was not torn away from the Earth. Anastasia spent a long time collecting branches. Sometimes she would crawl, at other times walk over the meadow with slow steps, until she had cleared them all away, and the fiery sphere, still pulsating, hovered hovered over the wee little one, but it no longer helped her pick up the branches. The powerful fiery spear seemed to understand the gesture of her little hand and obeyed it. Expanding and dissolving in space, contracting and producing internal discharges like flashbulbs of some kind of energy from goodness knows where, the sphere would momentarily disappear and reappear as though it were somehow excited, and this excitement caused it to sweep through space at incredible speed. She stood and looked at the place where she had always slept with her mama at this time, but now there was no mama around. It was not clear just what she was thinking at that moment. Only once again a tiny tear glistened in a sunbeam on Anastasia's face, and right away the bluish glow came pulsating across the glade, flashing at irregular intervals. Alright, we'll finish Anastasia's experience in the next part, okay? Part 10! Holy crap, we're moving, boys! Welcome to part 10 of Alex Putney's Akasha! Here we go! We just left off with Anastasia's parents dying and her having a plasma experience in Anastasia's glade, and let's see what happens next. Anastasia raised her little head, saw the pulsating mass of light, sat down in the grass and began staring at it continuously. It remained still under her gaze. For some time she just sat there staring like that. Then she held out both her little arms in its direction, as she was wont to do when summoning one of the creatures to her side. At that point, the fiery sphere sparked up a multitude of powerful lightning bolts, reaching out beyond its blue covering, and made a dash for her arms like a fiery comet, looking as though it had the ability to sweep away everything in its path. It took only a split second to reach Anastasia's face, start rotating, and with one of its lightning flashes, wiped away a tiny tear glistening on her cheek, and at that point it extinguished all the discharges and became a pale blue, faintly glowing sphere in the arms of the little one sitting on the grass. For a time, Anastasia sat there holding it, examining it and stroking it in her hands. Then she got up, lifted it, the blue sphere, and with careful steps carried it over and put it down in the place she used to sleep with her mother, and again she caressed it gently. The sphere took up a position on the ground and pretended to doze off, just as Anastasia's mother had done, and the little girl lay down beside it. She fell asleep. She slept there on the grass, all curled up into a ball. The sphere took flight, disappearing into the heavenly heights, then spread itself low over the glade, as though it were a blanket. Later, once more contracting into a small pulsating ball, it took up a position next to Anastasia, who was still sleeping on the grass, and began stroking her hair. It was a strange and unusual caressing, with the most delicate, luminescent, and flickering threads of lightning. It took each individual strand of hair, lifted it, and caressed it. Cool, dude. See, look, Alex Putney is illustrating his freaking story. This is amazing. On subsequent visits to Anastasia in her glade, we saw it again on several occasions. We realized that to Anastasia it was something quite natural, just like the sun or the moon, or the trees and animals around her, and she had conversations with it, just as she did with everything else around her. But it was evident she made a distinction between it and the other things in her environment. The distinction wasn't too noticeable in terms of outward expression, but there was a definite impression that she treated it with just a little more respect than other things, and sometimes she would even play up to it. She never played up to anyone else, but for some reason she allowed herself to behave this way with the sphere. It reacted to her mood and even played along. The morning Anastasia turned 4, grandmother continued, "We were standing at the edge of the glade waiting for her to wake up. We wanted to quietly watch and see how she would delighted in the new spring day that was unfolding. The sphere appeared just a moment before she woke up. It glistened faintly with its bluish glow, either spreading itself in a shower of light or dissolving over the whole space of the glade, and we beheld a natural living picture made by no human hand. It was charming and magnificent. The whole glade was transformed, the surrounding trees, the grass, even the bugs. The needles of the cedars began to shine in a host of soft hues. Behind the squirrels, springing from branch to branch, could be seen rainbow trails sparkling and dissolving. The grass was lit up in a soft green glow. An even more pronounced multicolored glow emanated from the multitude of bugs scurrying through the grass, forming an unusually vivid and beautiful carpet spreading its way across the glade, constantly morphing itself into new intricate and marvelous patterns. Upon awakening, Anastasia opened her eyes to behold an extraordinary living panorama full of enchantment. She jumped up and gazed all around. She smiled as she always did in the morning, and everything around her responded to her smile with an even brighter glow and accelerated movement. Then Anastasia carefully knelt down and began meticulously examining the grass and the shining, multicolored bugs scurrying about. When she lifted up her head, the slightly worried look on her face betrayed a measure of concentration. She looked up, and even though nothing was visible up there, stretched out her little arms to the sky. All at once the still air stirred, and in her hands appeared the bluish sphere. She held it up to her face, then put it down on the grass and tenderly stroked it, and we could hear their conversation. Anastasia was the only one who actually spoke, but we had the distinct impression that the sphere was understanding her and even silently responding. Anastasia spoke with it tenderly, with just a touch of sadness. "You are good. You are very good. You wanted to delight me with your beauty. Thank you. But change it back. Please change it back the way it was before, and do not ever change it again." The blue sphere emitted another pulse, then lifted slightly off the ground, and the lightning discharges flashed from within. But the glowing scene did not fade. Anastasia fixed her gaze upon it and spoke to it once again. "Every little beetle, bug, ant has its mama. All mamas love their children just the way they were born. It does not matter how many legs they have or what color they are. You have changed everything. How will the mamas recognize their children now? Please make everything as it was before." The sphere gave a faint flash, and everything in the glade was restored the way it looked before. Once again it descended to Anastasia's feet. She stroked it and offered a thank you. She stared silently at the sphere for a while, and when she spoke to it again, her words really impressed us. She told it, "Do not come to see me again. I like being with you. You are always trying to do only what is good for everyone, always trying to help. But do not come visit me. I know you have a very large glade of your own, but you think very fast, so fast that I cannot understand all at once. Only later shall I understand a bit. You move faster than everything else, much faster than the birds in the breeze. You do everything very fast and very well, and I know that is how you must do it to get everything done, to do good in your own very large glade. But when you are with me, it means that you are not there. So when you are with me, there is no one to do good in the other glade. Go away. You need to take care of the large glade." The blue sphere contracted into a little lump and took off way up high. It began sweeping through space, sparkling more brightly than usual, and once more plunged down like a fiery comet to Anastasia, who was still sitting in the same spot. It stayed still behind her head for a while. Then a multitude of tiny flickering rays reached out to Anastasia's long hair and stroked each strand individually, right down to the tip. "What are you taking your time for?" Anastasia said quietly. "You should get going back to those who are waiting for you. I'll make everything all right here myself, and I will be happy to know that everything is all right in the large glade too. I shall be able to feel you, and I want you to think of me too, but just occasionally." The blue sphere began ascending, but not with its usual carefree bounce. It rose from Anastasia in fitful bursts and finally disappeared into space, but it left something invisible all around. Each time when something happened that affected Anastasia negatively, the surrounding space would grow still as though paralyzed. That is why you lost consciousness when you tried to touch her without her consent. She pacifies this phenomenon by waving her hands in the air whenever she can. Just as before, she wants to do everything all by herself. We asked our little Anastasia what was the glowing thing that was hovering over the glade. "What do you call it?" She thought for a bit and then answered briefly, "I would call it good grandpakins." What the hell? What is this? Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to find out what all this crap is in part 11. Here we go, boys. But this thing all kind of sounds like what's the shimmer? The shimmer shit from that Alex Garland movie? What is with Natalie Portman? Annihilation, dude. Is this shit, are they going to annihilation us? Dude, I don't want to get antlers. Maybe I do. Okay, whatever you guys think. Whatever y'all think is best. Let us know. Okay, see you in part 11. Bye. Ooh, it's part 11 of Alex Putney's Akasha. What the hell are these? Magnetic fields? I think so. I think the most unusual mystical phenomenon I witnessed during my time in the forest was Anastasia's ability to see individuals, not only at great distance, but also what was going on in their lives. She did this with the help of an invisible ray. She maintained that this was something everybody has, but people don't know about it and are unable to make use of it. The ray I am telling you about consists of information one possesses, concepts, intuitions, emotional feelings, and as a result of dreamlike visions consciously controlled by man's will, wide awake, as if pre-programmed and with absolute accuracy. Lie down on the grass and relax, let go, so that your body draws less energy. It is important that you are comfortable. Now think about the person you know best, your wife, for example. Recollect her habits, how she walks, her clothing, where you think she might be right now, and turn the whole thing over to your imagination. It is absolutely necessary to keep one's thoughts pure, as the strength of the ray depends on the strength of radiant feelings. They are what power the ray. All day long, Anastasia engages in meditation, visualizing all sorts of situations from our past, present, and future life. Mastery of astral travel engages the innate human ability to utilize the rainbow body, energy body, or electronic body that is an invisible part of the human double body, described by seers as an exact duplicate of the structure of electrons moving through the physical human body that can be separated from the physical body and travel the astral planes according to the will of the seer. The pathways of the Akashic field can only rarely be seen, as on the 999 plasma plumes recorded in Longview, Texas. Oh shit. That's what this is? Oh, damn, plasma tubes? Jesus. Plasma plumes? Anastasia is also able to accomplish remote healing by applying her skilled use of the ray of love. Why do people admit the earth to be a celestial body, the greatest creation of the supreme mind with each system component as its greatest achievement, and then go tear this system apart and devote so much effort to its destruction? You see a manufactured spaceship or aeroplane as something natural, in spite of the fact that all its components are made of broken and remelted parts of the original supreme system. Imagine a being who breaks off a piece of an aeroplane in flight and uses its parts to make himself a hammer or a scraper, and then praises himself for having succeeded in making a primitive tool. He does not understand that one cannot keep breaking pieces off of a flying airplane indefinitely. How can you not grasp that our Earth must not be tortured like that? Yes. The computer is considered to be an achievement of the human mind, but few realize that the computer may simply be compared to a prosthesis of the brain. You can imagine what would happen to a person's normal, healthy legs if they walked on crutches all the time. Naturally, their leg muscles would atrophy. No machine will ever be superior to the human brain, provided the brain is kept in constant training. Anastasia rubbed at a tear rolling down her cheek and stubbornly persisted in elucidating the incredible revelations of her extraordinary logic. According to Anastasia, the sun is something like a mirror. It reflects emanations from the earth which are invisible to the eye. These emanations come from people in a state of love, joy, or some other radiant feeling. Reflecting off the sun, they return to earth in the form of sunlight and give life to everything on the planet. Anastasia also stated that one man's feelings can be transmitted to another by reflecting off the celestial bodies, and she demonstrated this by the following example. No one on earth can deny that you can feel when somebody loves you. This feeling is especially noticeable when you are with a person who loves you. You call it intuition. In fact, invisible light waves emanate from the one who loves, but the love can be felt, if it is strong enough, even when the individual is absent. By drawing upon this feeling and understanding its nature, one can do wonders. This is what you call miracles, mysticism, or incredible abilities. Tell me, Vladimir, do you not feel somewhat better with me now? Somewhat lighter, warmer, more fulfilled? Yes, I replied. For some reason, I have started to feel warmer. Now watch what happens when I concentrate on you even more strongly. Anastasia lowered her eyelids ever so slightly, slowly stepped back a few paces and stopped. A pleasant feeling of warmth started running through my body. It gradually intensified, but didn't burst into flame, and didn't make me hot. Anastasia turned and began to slowly walk away, hiding behind the thick trunk of a tall tree. The sensation of pleasant warmth did not lessen, and to it was added another, as though something were helping. My heart pumped blood through the veins, and with every heartbeat came the impression that the blood streams were instantly reaching to every little vein in my body. The soles of my feet broke out into a heavy sweat and became very moist. Let's go. All right. Oh my God, we're almost done. We can finish this chapter. You see, now is it clear to you? Anastasia said as she triumphantly reappeared from behind the tree, confident that she had proved something to me. You see, you felt all that when I went behind the tree trunk, and your sensations even increased when you could not see me. Tell me about them. I told her and then asked in return, what does the tree trunk show? What do you think? The waves of information and light went directly from me to you. When I hid myself, the tree trunk was supposed to significantly distort them, since it has its own information and its own glow. But this did not happen. The waves of feelings began to fall directly upon you, reflecting off the celestial bodies, and even intensified. Then I caused what you call a miracle. Your feet began to perspire. You failed to mention that fact. I didn't think it was important. How do my feet perspiring constitute a miracle? I chased all sorts of diseases out of your body through your feet. You should feel a lot better now. It is even noticeable on the outside. You are not slouching as much. Indeed, I was feeling better physically. So when you concentrate like that, you dream up something, and whatever you want comes to pass. That describes it more or less. And does what you dream about always come to pass, even when you're asking for something beside bodily healing? Always. As long as it is not an abstract dream, as long as it is detailed down to the minutest aspects and does not contradict the laws of spiritual being. I do not always manage, however, to come up with a dream like that. Thought has to proceed extremely quickly, and there must be a corresponding vibration of feelings, and then it will definitely come true. It is a very natural process. Dude, it's a natural process. That's what the motherfuckers say about alchemy. It's a very natural process. That's what they say about the Aquaripus, the Book of Aquaripus stone, boys. They say, I'm pretty sure that, dude, they use the same exact language. I bet Anastasia is like one of Thoth's fucking reiterations, just like the Book of Aquaripus writer is, and Thoth is, and Quetzalcoatl. And anyway, we're going on to chapter 3 and part 12. Holy crap, holy. All right, I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Bye. Part 12 of Alex Putney's Akasha. We are flying by. Look, guys, we already did Akasha 1 through 18, Anastasia's Ray 19 through 40. We're on to Eternal Life right now. Boys, what if we finish this all in a day? There's no way. I'll never finish it in a day, but I'm trying to move the frick along, okay? Let's frickin' go. Dude, look at all this. Okay, while we scroll down, just remember, this is happening tomorrow. And then if you can't make these, the Twitch streams, you can watch this stuff right on YouTuber. Go click on my little name, my picky, and then you can just go to my profile and either my link tree or the YouTube button. It takes you right there. Because none of these places share my stuff with my followers anymore. So I'm left on my own and only have word of mouth. So you're never going to get fed my stuff. You kind of have to actively seek it, okay? So let's frickin' read. We're on to Eternal Life, part 12. This is chapter 3 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Eternal Life, penetrating ancient Vedic knowledge of the continuity of life's endless cycles through divine reincarnative processes, offer immortality to the human soul by retention of the memory normally revoked after each successive incarnation. The capacity for retention of memory through one life to the next is attained through the regular meditation practice that adepts employ to great practical advantage on the material plane of Earth. Knowledge of the divine purpose of all living creatures of the Earth, including mankind, enables the highest fruition of human consciousness by heartbeat resonance with nature in all its forms. Cool. The deep penetrating rhythms of the human heart radiates a synchronization pattern that the insects, plants, and animals of our environment align with naturally. Human beings are blessed with a hidden spiritual metabolism based on phonon resonance transmutation that underlies the physical metabolism of the digestive system. All around him were a multitude of fruits with a variety of tastes, berries, and edible grasses. During those first days, Adam felt no sense of hunger. He remained satisfied with fresh air alone. Adam was born in a marvelous garden, and the air around him, or the air surrounding him, did not contain a single harmful particle. Pollen had been dissolved into the air along with drops of purest dew. Back then, man was not distracted from his great works by any problems of finding food. He was fed by everything around him through the air. This was the way it was all designed by the Creator right from the very beginning, so that all life on earth should strive to please man, and the air and the water and the breeze would be life-giving under the impulse of love. For new birth, so that the cells of your body may constantly renew themselves. Living air and water are needed. Anastasia explains the original condition of the human being on Earth and the source of health benefits experienced by modern people that reconnect with the Earth directly. If you make connections with the plants in your garden plot, they will take care of you and cure you. They will make the right diagnoses after all by themselves and prepare the most effective medicine especially designed for you. The potency of life force and awareness of a seed cannot be understood by those who do not understand its profound function in psychosexual terms. Echoing the advanced vital knowledge of her Atlantean forefathers, Anastasia provides the timeless Vedic understanding of the seed as physician. Every seed you plant contains within itself an enormous amount of information about the universe. Nothing made by human hands can compare with this information, either in size or accuracy. Through the help of these data, the seed knows the exact time, down to the millisecond, when it is to come live, to grow, what juices it is to take from the earth, how to make use of the rays of the celestial bodies, the sun, moon, stars, and what it is to go into, what fruit to bring forth. These fruits are designed to sustain man's life more powerfully and effectively than any manufactured drugs of the present or future. These fruits are capable of counteracting and withstanding any disease of the human body. But to this end, the seeds must know that the human condition, so that during the maturation process, it can satiate its fruit with the right correlation of substance to heal a specific individual of his disease, if indeed he has it or is prone to it. What? All right, I'll try to race through this one. In order for the seed of a cucumber, tomato, or any other plant grown in one's plot to have such information, the following steps are necessary. Before planting, put into your mouth 1 or 2 little seeds. Hold them in your mouth, under the tongue, for at least 9 minutes. Then place the seed between the palms of your hand and hold it there for about 30 seconds. During this time, it is important that you be standing barefoot on the spot of earth where you will later be planting it. Open your hands and carefully rinse the seed which you are holding in your mouth. Then blow on it lightly, warming it with your breath, and the wee little seed will know everything that is within you. Dude, frick. I have some more cucumbers to plant. I'm literally going to do this. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I'll make a video. Bet. I'm not going to stand in the garden for 10 minutes, though, with seeds in my mouth. I'll stand there for a minute. Okay, maybe I'll do it. We'll see. I'll make a video tomorrow, maybe. I need to get them down. I need to get those in now. It's just, I want to add some to that far end where I have that, like, dumb clothes hanger thing. Anyway, after that, you may plant the seed in the ground. In no case should you water it right off, so as not to wash away the saliva that is now covering it, along with other information about you that the seed will take in. It can be watered 3 days after planting. Okay. The planting must be done on days appropriate to each vegetable. People already know this from the lunar calendar. In the absence of watering, a premature planting is not as harmful as an overdue planting. It is not a good idea to pull up all weeds growing in the vicinity of the plants. At least one of each kind should be left in place. The weeds can be cut back. According to Anastasia, the seed is thus able to take in information about the person who plants it, and then during the cultivation of its fruit, it will pick up from the universe and the earth the maximum amount of energies needed for a given individual. The weeds should not be disposed of completely, as they have their own appointed function. Some weeds serve to protect the plants from disease, while others give supplemental information. During the cultivation time, it is vital to communicate with the plant, and it is desirable to approach it and touch it during the full moon at least once during its growth period. Anastasia maintains that fruit cultivated from the seed in this manner and consumed by the individual who cultivated it is capable not only of curing him of all diseases of the flesh whatsoever, but also of significantly retarding the aging process, like slowing down. Don't be a bunch of corn dogs, okay? I didn't say the R word. And giving him a sense of inner peace. The fruit will have the most effective influence when consumed no later than 3 days after harvesting. The fruit of plants grown like this will be distinguished from other plants of the same species, not only in taste. If analyzed, it will be seen that there's also distinct in terms of the substance they contain. All right, we'll see what's popping and part frickin' 13. Oh shit, unlucky 13. There are no unlucky numbers. 13 rules. All right, see you in a little bit. And don't forget, this is tomorrow, guys. And if you can't make it, please just go subby on YouTube. Can you do that for me right now? Just go click on my name and then go sub to YouTube. Linktree or the YouTube. There's a button you can click on my TikTok page. Okay? I would appreciate it. Just because they don't send my stuff to anyone who follows me anymore. It's just a bummer, dude. Like, I had this poppin' freaking community. Like, I would get like 600, 700 views on each YouTube video. And like, I just want a conversation. Unless you get like 500 views, you only have like 3 comments. And I want to talk to people, you know? So, anyway, I'm sorry to be a whiner. But, could you come sub? Alright, see you in a little bit for part 13. Oh, hey, it's part 13. It's part 13 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Here we go. When planting the seedlings, it is important to soften the dirt in the excavated hole with one's fingers and bare toes and split into the hole. Responding to my questions, why the feet? Anastasia explained that though perspiration from one's feet comes substances, toxins, no doubt, containing information about bodily diseases. This information is taken in by the seedlings. They transmute it to the fruit, will thus be enabled to counteract diseases. Anastasia recommended walking around the plot barefoot from time to time. It's not. It is not just the variety of plants that is significant, but also how they are planted. The direct communication with them that allows them to take in the information they need. It is essential to infuse the little patch of nature surrounding you with information about yourself. So piss on the ground and do a little jerk. Don't do that, little, please. I gotta stop singing because I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay. I bet, watch, they're gonna be like, piss. Only then will the healing effect and the life-giving support of your body be significantly higher. The chief physician is your own body. Right from the start, it is endowed with the ability to know which herb should be used and when, how to eat and breathe. It is capable of warding off diseases even before its outward manifestation, and nobody else can replace your body, for this is the personal physician, given individually to you by God and personal only to you. I am telling you how to provide it with the opportunity to act beneficially on your behalf. Dude, this is true because every time I take my animals to the vet, they never figure out what's going on with them. And truly, I am the vet. So I agree. I am the physician. I'm the doctor. I'm the one who figures out what diseases they have. And then, like the vet never does. Ever. The vet's always like, oh, we should do an x-ray. We should do a ultrasound. How much is the ultrasound? $900. Do we have to do the ultrasound? Well, the only way that you're going to be able to diagnose what this problem is if you do an ultrasound. If you do an ultrasound, are you for sure going to be able to diagnose it? Yes. Never. Surprise! Never. Oh, and I said 900, but actually the bill is 1,200. Ta-da! These remarkably simple instructions and advice for entering into the highest possible conscious communication with the plants in your living space cannot be understated, but require careful contemplation and experimentation. This line of inquiry and vital communication offer the greatest hope for the uplifting of human consciousness at this time of the great purification of the earth, just as predicted in so many ancient sources, including the Bible and a plethora of Native American prophecies. Resonant infrasonic synchronization of all human beings on the face of the earth, as artificially engendered by the Atlantean pyramid network in ancient times, will follow a great tectonic upheaval of the planet that will completely change the forms and coastlines of the land masses of every continent. The atmospheric conditions of Earth will also revert back to the original atomic configuration, as water vapor is electrified to form HHO plasma, and tree-like structures of stationary red sprites cover the skies. These astonishing... Okay, this is getting horrifying. This is getting real. Oh my god. Dude, are we doomed? I don't want to be doomed, man. I just want to chill and make content and have fun with you guys. Do we have to get turned into HHO plasma? Really? Ugh. These astonishing changes will shock the masses of people left unprepared for such an unusual occurrence, yet the signs have been given in myriad forms and expressions to which the intuitive human mind is well attuned. The resonant vibratory interactions of a human being with the living creatures of this or her environment become the foundation for mastering the ability for astral travel through the psychosphere, called the planetary field of Akasha. Among ancient Sanskrit traditions, Anastasia gives a profound lesson on this complex subject using a simple demonstration of the resonant effect of heartbeat entrainment that she has mastered through creating the space of love in which she dwells. Listen now. Please tell me what sounds you hear around you. I listened, and my heart caught a wide range of sounds, all different in tonality, rhythm, and continuity. I began naming the sound aloud. The birds singing in the trees, the chirping and clicking of insects in the grass, the rustle of the leaves, the fluttering and flapping of birds' wings. I named everything I could hear, then fell silent and went on listening. This is pleasant and very interesting for me. And dudes, I haven't been on a PDF. I've been on a screenshotted version for all of Veil of Invisibility. So I didn't realize till right now, but I can highlight the text. I'm sorry I haven't done that in parts 1 through 13 until this point, but hey, we live and we learn. We get better every day. We strive for perfection and never attain it, okay? I began naming the sound aloud. The birds singing in the trees, the chirping and clicking of insects in the grass, the rustle of the leaves, the fluttering and flapping of birds' wings. I named everything I could hear and then fell silent and went on listening. This was pleasant and very interesting for me. You have not named everything, Anastasia observed. Everything, I replied. Well, maybe I left out something not very significant or something I didn't catch. Not anything important, that is. Vladimir, do you not hear how my heart is beating? Asked Anastasia. Hold on. This old cat is gonna get beat, dude. Okay, what, lady? Do you need to feel my heartbeat? Is that what's going on? What is your deal? What do you have to say? Huh? Give me these crusty eyes. Are you going to behave so we can read the last part of this or what? No? She's like, no, no. She just, if she's alone and she like wakes up, she just yowls. I call it yowling, or we call it crowing. She just goes, yow, 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 until someone either feeds her or picks her up. My life is chaos. Vladimir, do you not hear how my heart is beating? Asked Anastasia. Could I really not have been paying attention to the sound of her heart beating? Yes, I hastened to respond. Of course I hear it. I hear it very well. It is beating evenly and calmly. Try to memorize the intervals of the various sounds you hear. You can choose the principal sounds and memorize them. I selected the chirping of some insects, the cawing of a crow. This crow. She is the crow. And the gurgling and splash of the water in the stream. Now I shall increase the tempo of my heartbeat, and you listen to see what happens all around. Anastasia's heartbeat increased in frequency, and right away the rhythm of the sounds I could hear around me joined in with a heightened tonality. That's astounding, simply incredible, I exclaimed. What are you saying, Anastasia? Are they so sensitive to the rhythm of your heartbeat? Yes, everything, absolutely everything. A little blade of grass, a big tree, even the bugs, they all react to any change in the rhythm of my heart. The trees accelerate their inner processes and work hard to produce oxygen. Is this how all plants and animals in people's environment react? I asked. No. In your world, they do not understand to whom they should react, and you do not try to make contact with them. Besides, you do not understand the purpose of such contact, and do not give them sufficient information about yourselves. Dude, hell yeah. All right, so what are we going to find out in frickin' part 14? Holy crap. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye. Oh, hey, it's part 13. It's part 13 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Here we go. When planting the seedlings, it is important to soften the dirt in the excavated hole with one's fingers and bare toes and split into the hole. Responding to my questions, why the feet? Anastasia explained that though perspiration from one's feet come substances, toxins no doubt, containing information about bodily diseases. This information is taken in by the seedlings. They transmute it to the fruit, which will thus be enabled to counteract diseases. Anastasia recommended walking around the plot barefoot from time to time. You snot. It is not just the variety of plants that is significant, but also how they are planted. The direct communication with them that allows them to take in the information they need. It is essential to infuse the little patch of nature surrounding you with information about yourself. So piss on the ground and do a little jerk. Don't do that, little, please. I gotta stop singing because I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay. I bet, watch, they're going to be like, piss. Only then will the healing effect and the life-giving support of your body be significantly higher. The chief physician is your own body. Right from the start, it is endowed with the ability to know which herb should be used and when, how to eat and breathe. It is capable of warding off diseases even before its outward manifestation, and nobody else can replace your body, for this is the personal physician, given individually to you by God and personal only to you. I am telling you how to provide it with the opportunity to act beneficially on your behalf. Dude, this is true because every time I take my animals to the vet, they never figure out what's going on with them. And truly, I am the vet. So I agree. I am the physician. I'm the doctor. I'm the one who figures out what diseases they have. And then, like the vet never does. Ever. The vet's always like, oh, we should do an x-ray. We should do a ultrasound. How much is the ultrasound? $900. Do we have to do the ultrasound? Well, the only way that you're going to be able to diagnose what this problem is if you do an ultrasound. If you do an ultrasound, are you for sure going to be able to diagnose it? Yes. Never. Surprise! Never. Oh, and I said 900, but actually the bill is 1200. Ta-da! These remarkably simple instructions and advice for entering into the highest possible conscious communication with the plants in your living space cannot be understated, but require careful contemplation and experimentation. This line of inquiry and vital communication offer the greatest hope for the uplifting of human consciousness at this time of the great purification of the earth, just as predicted in so many ancient sources, including the Bible and a plethora of Native American prophecies. Resonant infrasonic synchronization of all human beings on the face of the earth, as artificially engendered by the Atlantean pyramid network in ancient times, will follow a great tectonic upheaval of the planet that will completely change the forms and coastlines of the land masses of every continent. The atmospheric conditions of Earth will also revert back to the original atomic configuration, as water vapor is electrified to form HHO plasma, and tree-like structures of stationary red sprites cover the skies. These astonishing... Okay, this is getting horrifying. This is getting real. Oh my god, dude, are we doomed? I don't want to be doomed, man. I just want to chill and make content and have fun with you guys. Do we have to get turned into HHO plasma? Really? Ugh. These astonishing changes will shock the masses of people left unprepared for such an unusual occurrence, yet the signs have been given in myriad forms and expressions to which the intuitive human mind is well attuned. The resonant vibratory interactions of a human being with the living creatures of this or her environment become the foundation for mastering the ability for astral travel through the psychosphere, called the planetary field of Akasha. Among ancient Sanskrit traditions, Anastasia gives a profound lesson on this complex subject using a simple demonstration of the resonant effect of heartbeat entrainment that she has mastered through creating the space of love in which she dwells. Listen now. Please tell me what sounds you hear around you. I listened, and my heart caught a wide range of sounds, all different in tonality, rhythm, and continuity. I began naming the sound aloud. The birds singing in the trees, the chirping and clicking of insects in the grass, the rustle of the leaves, the fluttering and flapping of birds' wings. I named everything I could hear, then fell silent and went on listening. This is pleasant and very interesting for me. And dudes, I haven't been on a PDF. I've been on a screenshotted version for all of Veil of Invisibility. So I didn't realize till right now, but I can highlight the text. I'm sorry I haven't done that in parts 1 through 13 until this point, but hey, you know, we live and we learn. We get better every day. We strive for perfection and never attain it, okay? I began naming the sound aloud. The birds singing in the trees, the chirping and clicking of insects in the grass, the rustle of the leaves, the fluttering and flapping of birds' wings. I named everything I could hear and then fell silent and went on listening. This was pleasant and very interesting for me. You have not named everything, Anastasia observed. Everything, I replied. Well, maybe I left out something not very significant or something I didn't catch. Not anything important, that is. Vladimir, do you not hear how my heart is beating? Asked Anastasia. Oh my god. Hold on. This old cat is gonna get beat, dude. Okay, what, lady? Do you need to feel my heartbeat? Is that what's going on? What is your deal? What do you have to say? Huh? Give me these crusty eyes. Are you gonna behave so we can read the last part of this or what? No? She's like, no! Yeah. She just, if she's alone and she like wakes up, she just yowls. I call it yowling, or we call it crowing. She just goes, yow, 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 until someone either feeds her or picks her up. My life is chaos. Vladimir, do you not hear how my heart is beating? Asked Anastasia. Could I really not have been paying attention to this sound, the sound of her heart beating? Yes, I hastened to respond. Of course I hear it. I hear it very well. It is beating evenly and calmly. Try to memorize the intervals of the various sounds you hear. You can choose the principal sound and memorize them. I selected the chirping of some insects, the cawing of a crow. This crow. She is the crow, and the gurgling and splash of the water in the stream. Now I shall increase the tempo of my heartbeat, and you listen to see what happens all around. Anastasia's heartbeat increased in frequency, and right away the rhythm of the sounds I could hear around me joined in with a heightened tonality. That's astounding, simply incredible, I exclaimed. What are you saying, Anastasia? Are they so sensitive to the rhythm of your heartbeat? Yes, everything, absolutely everything. A little blade of grass, a big tree, even the bugs, they all react to any change in the rhythm of my heart. The trees accelerate their inner processes and work hard to produce oxygen. Is this how all plants and animals in people's environment react? I asked. No, in your world they do not understand to whom they should react, and you do not try to make contact with them. Besides, you do not understand the purpose of such contact, and do not give them sufficient information about yourselves. Dude, hell yeah. All right, so what are we going to find out in frickin' part 14? Holy crap. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye. Oh, I hope you love part 15 of Akasha by Alex Putney. Ooh, here we go. Volodya once again took hold of my hand and off we ran. When we reached the shore of the lake, he instructed me to wash myself and swim around a bit. Upon coming out of the water, I noticed him extracting a clay jar from a hole in the ground, about 1.5 liters in size. Now, Papa, you need to drink this water. It is called dead water because it contains very few microbes. This water should not be drunk if the air is polluted, but we have pure air here, so it is all right to drink dead water. It will rinse your insides and cleanse them and wash out a lot of microbes and bacteria from your body. Drink as much as you can, Papa. When you have drunk up this whole jar, I shall give you another, and when you have finished that, I shall give you a third jar containing living water, and all the microbes and bacteria you will need will be restored in a balance that is just right for you. I should point out that right off that Volodya and his family consider dead water to be that found at great depths below the Earth's surface and containing a minimum of bacteria. Living water, on the other hand, they consider to be surface water from pure streams or bodies of water, a few of which have indeed been preserved in the depths of the Siberian taiga. Grandfather later explained to me that spring water is not considered living water when you drink it right out of the spring. To be considered living water, it must first be kept for 3 hours or so in a wooden or clay vessel with a wide neck. Living air needs to absorb sunlight, he said. With the aid of sunlight, organisms are generated which are indispensable to human life. You call them microbes and bacteria. Then the water should stand in the shade for at least another 3 hours. After that, it can be drunk as living water. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't feel like I need living water. I'm good on it. Thanks, though. I don't got 6 days to wait for water because I'm thirsty now. According to Volodya's insights, properly prepared living water is full of microorganisms that can very quickly rebalance the intestinal flora. The specific conditions of electrification by mild earth currents is achieved by simply keeping the spring water in a ceramic jar dug into the ground to allow the flow of electricity through the highly conductive ceramic into the water. This electrical exposure effectively kills any and all pathogens present in the water, while fueling the growth of probiotic bacteria and cyanobacteria, which benefit from exposure to mild electrical currents. Exposure to indirect sunlight stimulates the growth of cyanobacteria and blue-green algae present in all healthy freshwater lakes and rivers. These two classes of nutrient-rich microorganisms constitute the most complete foods available to us and has been well studied for its many health benefits. The most important benefit offered by ingestion of cyanobacteria and blue-green algae are bioavailable nanoparticles of the great abundance of elements. thereby increasing the body's resonant characteristics by incorporating a great variety of atomic frequencies and enhancing the vibratory resonance of the body. This same principle inspires the ancient Ayurvedic practice of drinking some colloidal elixirs and other beverages containing plat ash, as well as the practice of eating rare volcanic earths called shilgit, which are highly valued for their contribution of bioavailable nanoparticles containing all of the minerals, metals, and encompassing the full breadth of the elements of nature. What? You're nuts, dude. The great importance of minerals obtained from cyanobacteria was discussed with contactee Billy Edward Meyer, who during Contact 228 of May 1st, 1989, spirulina was classified as blue-green algae at the time. Quetzal. Plankton and algae are diverse and moreover are not only satisfying but also health-sustaining and health-promoting, for they contain many vital substances such as various acids, vitamins, as well as trace elements and minerals. Such foods can be found both in salty seas as well as in fresh waters, so therefore in brooks, rivers, streams, and lakes. Note by Billy, May 2003, with the addressed nutrients from seas and fresh water, it concerns, on the one hand, as explained by Quetzal, vegetal and organism-related plankton, and on the other hand, algae and other aquatic plants of the most diverse kinds, but primarily a freshwater alga named an algal species by the name of Spirulina plantisis lies behind it, a bluish-green microscopic alga, general name blue-green algae, whose spirally coiled cellular filaments, hence spirulina, exhibit a size of approximately 0.3 millimeters. The genus of blue-green algae comprises about 1,400 species, which are spread all over the world, but they appear, as explained, mainly in freshwater and much less in seawater. Originally, the species of blue-green algae grew in tropical and clean, as well as mineral-rich waters of Asia, Africa, and South America, and they were particularly widespread in lakes. The microscopic algae draws in its essential nutrients from sunlight, water, and heat. Through photosynthesis, in the case of 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, it binds minerals, trace elements, and vitamins which are present in the ground as well as in the air and the water, and converts them into a complex and natural and very valuable food. Spirulina plantisis has a very thin cell membrane and thus no cell wall made of indigestible cellulose, as this is given in contrast to other microscopic algae and plants. This thin cell membrane ensures that the spirulina food algae can take in the very valuable substances of the blue-green algae in the gastrointestinal tract in an optimally receptive manner and in the human organism very well. If one looks at the ingredients of spirulina plantisis as percentages, there are about 60% proteins, 14% carbohydrates, 8.6% ashes, 6.4% raw fibers, and 6% fats. In addition, spirulina plantisis contains a whole number of essential and non-essential amino acids, essentially fatty acids, plant pigments, vitamins, minerals, and nucleic acids. While Meyer's examination of spirulina provides all the relevant information concerning the food's source, amazing array of benefits for physical health, the powerful psychic enhancement endowed by the resonant properties of the alchemical food substance cannot be overlooked. The most balanced and effective blend of natural alchemical foods for facilitating psychic development includes cyanobacteria, green-blue algae, cilantro, chlorella, alfalfa, pollen, and fresh dew off leaves in a misty morning. Anastasia's psychic attainment has progressed through several stages, finally arriving at the point where she duels with negative forces who block her progress on a regular basis. Peter Thiel? In some kind of program of control that is very difficult to understand in simple terms. Anastasia describes one of her tasks in dueling with negative psychic forces is to absorb the negative energy within herself and thereby divert the attack from her fellow beings on Earth and throughout the universe. She focuses it onto herself to help others. All right. Well, we're going to see about focusing negative energy on others like Peter Thiel in part 16. All right. Love you. See you soon. Bye. It's part 16 of Alex Putney's Akasha. We are gonna figure out how to stop all that negative energy. Here it goes, boys. Negative energy beams have been focused onto Anastasia's body from discoidal spacecraft hovering high in the sky directly above as she lays in her glade during astral travel. Interference in her activities is conducted by extraterrestrial entities who are dominated by an obsession with subjugating terrestrial humanity on Earth as their slaves. Dude, Peter Thiel's working with these people, for sure. While Anastasia directly confronts these transdimensional entities on the psychic plane, their attacks have also focused on her physical body. Prepare yourself, all wickedness and evil-mindedness, to leave the Earth behind and fall upon me. And the wickedness began to attack Anastasia with an invisible energy. The white circles started appearing, bleaching the grass all around. It happened sometimes that Anastasia would lose consciousness momentarily, and we didn't know how to help her. Our little granddaughter did not ask us for help, and because she didn't ask, that meant unquestionably that this was something she had to work out all on her own. More recently, however, we began to notice these attacks on her getting more and more severe. It was as though evil were simply agonizing to carry out these final attacks. Dude, that's fucking literally Peter Thiel. It's Peter Thiel's energy for sure. But our granddaughter's tenacity was growing at the same time. Lately, the routine blows have simply caused her to give a shudder and head for the lake shore. Somehow the lake water has been able to quickly restore her strength. After splashing and diving in the water, she's come out at full strength as before. On one particular day, we saw Anastasia heading for the lake after one of the usual blows, but she was treading very carefully. When she stopped to lean against a cedar trunk and rest, Father said with some alarm, "Today our granddaughter is having a particularly difficult challenge to handle. It has been really hard on her. Look, and you will see some gray strands in her golden hair." When we saw Anastasia push off from the trunk, take one step and then another in the direction of the lake, then she stumbled and stopped once more. It was at this point that the fiery sphere appeared from space, right in front of her. But this time its lightning flashes were changing colors, as though volcanic ashes were seething inside it. And then, all of a sudden, it would look as though fierce fiery arrows were piercing through an invisible protective shield. Floods of them, diverse energies inside it, were condensing and seething in ever greater intensity. The sphere itself was not descended in space, but contracted and expanded like a heart. Then, all at once, it felt still, as though trying to make a decision, and thousands of lightning trills of energy dashed out in Anastasia's direction. At just this point, that this sinking girl managed to raise her hand. Father and I failed to detect, even though we were watching the whole event, trying not to blink. We knew what this gesture meant. She was shielding herself from the lightning trills directed at her. But why? At this time, we still weren't in a position to understand. But one thing was clear. The fiery sphere, through its energy, was capable of fully restoring her strength. Not only that, but it could also endow Anastasia with fresh energy, whereby outward attacks could no longer hold any terror for our granddaughter. But why did she decide to act on her own? Dude, she did her gateway tapes, that's why. Duh. The tongues of fire extended in her direction quivered and did not touch Anastasia. Standing there with her hand raised, they either disappeared in the sphere, which was still raging with tremendous energy, or dashed out once more, reaching out in her direction, but, as before, not touching her. And then, all at once, with slowed and tender words, she addressed the fiery sphere in its tongues of light. "I implore you now to contain the bursts of your energy. Do not touch me. I can restore my strength in your lake as before. I just need to make it to the shore." In an instant, the sphere gathered up all its quivering tongues of light around it, from all around, and kept pulsating like a heart. It swept upward in a flash. It seemingly cracked asunder and then contracted. Its myriad tongues made a dash for the ground, touching everything in the path leading to the lake from Anastasia's feet. And another vision arose. The path began to sparkle with millions of colors of pulsating light, making a multicolored rainbow arc over the path, leading to the lake and Anastasia's feet. It was a wondrous sight indeed. Anastasia's pathway now lay through a triumphal arch. Let's go! She took a step, but to one side. She did not follow the route marked out for her by the fiery sphere. She slowly attained the shore and dived in, and then resurfaced and simply lay on the water with outstretched arms. Then she started splashing about. Her strength had returned. Anastasia's behavior in relation to the fiery sphere, which was really a relation to God, was beyond our comprehension. But what happened next is comparable to a turning point in the consciousness of all mankind, or to a change of balance in the energies of the universe. What happened next was, throwing on a little dress over her still wet body, she carefully smoothed out its folds, straightening her hair, then pressing her hands to her breasts, and began speaking out into space. My Father, you are present everywhere. I am your daughter amidst your perfect creations. I must put an end to the dispute among the entities in the universe as to whether your creation are perfect, or whether they might be flawed. My Father, you are present everywhere. You have fulfilled my request, and not touched me. None of them will now say that paradise will return to the earth only when God corrects his imperfect creations. But there is nothing requiring your correction. You created all right from the start in perfection. My Father, present everywhere, I am not alone. In all the corners of the earth there are sons and daughters of your own, and they have mighty aspirations. They will restore the earth to the marvelous flowering of its original pristine creation. My Father, present everywhere, we are sons and daughters. We are created by you. We are perfection. And now we shall show everyone what we can do, and may you be delighted by our actions. Yeah, dude. All right, and then we'll see what the frick is popping off. Oh my God. No, we could finish this. Okay, no, we'll do it in one more part. All right, I'll see you guys in one more part. Oh my God, it's part freaking 17, dude. Okay, we're gonna finish chapter 3 of Alex Putney's Akasha right here, okay? And then we're on to the freaking premonitions of what's going on, which is the real reason I wanted to read this in the first place, okay? I just read 60 fucking pages for you in an instant so that we could get to part 4, and then I'm gonna be too tired to read part 4. All right, here we go. As carefully witnessed in Chelyabinsk, Russia, the intensifying meteoric bombardment of the Earth has been accurately predicted by ancient Sanskrit astronomers as a sign of dramatic changes related to the binary nature of our solar system. These progressive changes have been prophetically foretold in connection with the realignment of human consciousness and the return of ancient wisdom. This stream of rapid-fire changes now unfolding on Earth is closely related to the shifting awareness of human beings on this planet. In accordance with increasing infrasound resonance, this planetary field of infrasound standing waves that constantly strikes all living beings on the surface of the Earth was identified by our ancient global Sanskrit Atlantean mother culture as Akasha, a mnemonic field that records and stores the information of all events taking place on, within, and above the planetary sphere. Dude, it's like the fucking Internet Archive. It's like the Wayback Machine. Okay. The crystalline wisdom of our ancient forebears has been preserved in secret among a family of adepts of Ayurveda living deep in the Siberian taiga. Attuned to the ultra-low ringing of the giant Siberian cedars, pristine knowledge of the sacred biorhythmic relationship between human beings and living trees provides detailed explanations of the profound purpose of family gardens developed using the Vedic process of DNA imprinting of seeds. The mastery of reincarnation reveals itself as immortality among those who are able to generate a field of resonance within the family garden as a space of love that will store the memory of their spirit and maintain family bonds during transitions through death into further incarnations in that same field of energy. The changing conditions of the infrasound environment of Earth are now inducing a renewed capacity in human perception and longevity, as well as a renewed awareness of our own collective divinity. The ongoing rectification of human consciousness is now rapidly dismantling the old world control system, while a new civilization emerges. The Native American prophecy of the Red Dawn foretells that the emergence of the new solar cycle will be heralded by the blood-red skies, day and night, when the appearance of the earth changes permanently and all living beings undergo a re-embodiment according to the sudden appearance of a nearby red dwarf companion star of our soul. Ancient Vedic wisdom reflects this advanced astronomical awareness of the solar twins, echoing American indigenous knowledge of this epochal change now upon us that will be experienced as a broadening of the bandwidth of human perception and a stunning change in the appearance of the heavens, the earth, and all her creatures. What? Immortality. God created man immortal. To witness this, only 3 conditions are required to be observed. This is what we read on the preface. First, create a living space which will attract man to itself and to which man has aspired. Second, there should be somewhere on the earth at least one person who thinks of you with kindness and love. Third, never even admit the thought that you can be overtaken by death, and this is extremely important. Even if you suggest to someone who is simply falling asleep that he is dying and he believes it, then he will die in obedience to his thought. But even if an elderly man in earth terms wears out his body and is lying at death's door, but does not think about death, but pictures his life in the living space he has been creating, he will be born anew. Such is the law of the universe. The universe will not stand by and allow a life-creating thought to die. Dude, this is badass. This, like, yeah, I will never die. Hell yeah. Dude, when that tidal wave, that tsunami is coming straight for me after Peter gets the magnetic shift to happen too early, it's like too soon, and all the gods are going to be pissed and he's going to fuck the whole thing up. But when I see that tsunami coming at me, I'm going to go, I am invincible. You cannot kill me. No tsunami could ever kill me. No Peter Thiel could kill me. No one could ever fucking kill me. Okay. You have a concept in your world known as natural selection. Even now, God's program is selecting the best of everything for a re-embodiment. Before, however, there was not much to choose from. Now it is showing a multifold increase. Whoever builds a domain with love will be reincarnated again and again. Whatever interferes with them will disappear from the earth forever, giving way to the birth of a new civilization. But why a new civilization, I asked? If the people are going to be the same with the same vegetation and the same planet, the new civilization, Vladimir, will be characterized by a new conscious awareness as well as by new perceptions of the surrounding world. This great principle that has been given birth in people today will remain invisible to ordinary sight until the appearance of the planet known as the Earth has changed. It will affect life in the universe as a whole. But how can the universe change as a result of the Earth's appearance? It can, Vladimir, even though our planet is but a small particle. It is a close interaction with other parts. It is in close interaction with other parts of the universe. Even if one small particle should change, its changes can influence the whole spectrum of the universe. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about all of us. One of us can have a remarkable effect, guys. That's why I will not stop. I know that all it's going to take is me yammering and the one person that can actually do something finally doing it. Or, you know, like a grandkid of Joe Biden being like, Grandpa, did you come here on a U-boat? You know what I mean? Like, I will never stop. I can never die. Peter Thiel, give it up because your doom is impending, okay? It's coming. All right, that's the frickin' end of chapter 3 of Akasha by Alex Putney. And look, dude, part 4, chapter 4, the red dwarf alignment is what they're fucking talking about. when the unveiling is happening, all this shit, it's all happening simultaneously. Dude, it's gonna be sick. I can't wait. All right, there we go. I'll see you in part frickin' 17. Here we go. Good evening, nitwitchlets. This is part 18 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Dude, I just finished the 50th stream, and I just wanted to hop in. I miss my fucking boy, Alex Putney, and we blasted through the first chapters here. We read Akasha, Anastasia's Ray, Eternal Life, and this is the reason that I wanted to read this work of art by Alex Putney in the first place, okay? So, dude, this stuff is so cool. These crop circles and stuff are so cool. Like, I can't wait to map out all these crop circles with y'all. We're gonna do it in the frickin' Miro, okay? We're going to do that. We're going to freaking learn. We're going to know everything. Because I bet, dude, that just like Arrival, the aliens are teaching us their language. They're trying to slowly teach it to us so that we don't freak out and like do dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like they just want us to be chill. And so far, we're never chill. So anyway. But I think we can be chill. There are some of us who can be chill. Okay, here we go. This is the red dwarf alignment. And some of it sounds scary, but it's not, okay? It's not going to be scary. It's going to be great. It's going to be splendiferous. Okie dokie. Ready, artichoke? Here we go. And guys, just so you know too, I honestly really like this new format that we're doing here, where I take this vertical video. I love doing the vertical vid in OBS like this. I feel like it's perfect. Oh, it's perfect. And then if you're ever watching this on your phone and you're like, I don't want to watch a 17-minute video in a vertical format on TikTok, but I wish this was on frickin' YouTube and that the top portion was more legible, bro. Guess the frick what? Dude, just frickin' guess. Look at this. This is my new favorite. This is my new format, okay? Watch out. Every frickin' Mormon content creator's about to steal this shit, okay? Isn't this awesome?
Worse. Peter Thiel needs new kids to drink, okay?
Hurricane Katrina was allegedly a man-made disaster. So you've got a big ol' size, and then you got the whole thing, okay? It's cool.
It was quick to mention that
I think it's cool, and it looks nice.
it was a
So
natural.
go watch those, because Google doesn't send these to anyone anymore, okay? All right, let's get back to the star of the show. Alex Putney. I'm gonna make this man my friend, okay? Bet. I bet I will. Watch, okay? Here we go. It's the cat man, do the red dwarf alignment. Look at this crop circle, dude. This is beautiful. Okay, the red dwarf alignment. Ready? Let's center up, center up, center up. Okay, here we go. The red dwarf alignment. Intensifying infrasound resonance is now actively flooding many lands, opening sinkholes, releasing methane pockets, and thrusting the continental plates and volcanic ocean depths into a fury. These rapidly escalating planetary imbalances are clear signs that the process of magnetic reversal of the Earth is already well underway, driving the ascension of consciousness, the shift of the ages. The unobservant who rush to deny the significance of the elapse of the Mayan long count calendar cycle on December 21st, 2012, must now reconsider many erroneous assumptions. The largely unnoticed cosmic alignment marked by the Mayan cycle reflects ancient Sanskrit astronomical knowledge, informing the biblical Judgment Day event so ominously referenced in various Gospels. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. No, we don't want that. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the power of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And the Son of Man, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. The reference to angels sent by a great sound of a trumpet had remained rather mysterious until the worldwide phenomena of sky trumpets and rumbling infrasound booms were recorded on video by thousands of bewildered bystanders. Dude, this is why Alex Putney is unfuckwithable, bro. Look, pictures in an adult book. Yeah, dude, look at this shiz. The Fukushima alignment, March 11th, 2011. There is only one astronomical model that offers a viable explanation for such convoluted biblical prophecies while still adhering to Kepler's laws. Key elements of this dramatic astronomical scenario have most likely been removed from the Bible by political controllers, yet parallel prophecies delivered by contemporary sources relate further compelling details that conform to the same astronomical event. The famed American trance medium Edgar Cayce was
known as a Christian scholar whose knowledge of the Bible formed the essential spiritual foundation for his advanced psychic practice. The prophetic reading given by Case on January 19th, 1934, even repeated the same prescient biblical phrases. The beginning of a new age of spiritual awakening will be seen in the hearts and minds of those who have set themselves in that position that they become a channel through which spiritual, mental, and material things become one in the purpose and desires of the physical body. As to the material changes that are to be as an omen, as a sign to those that this is shortly to come to pass, as has been given of old, the sun will be darkened, and the earth shall be broken up in divers places, and then shall be proclaimed, through the spiritual interception in the hearts and minds and souls of those that have sought his way, that his star has appeared and will point the way for those that enter into the holy of holies in themselves. And as to the changes physical again, the earth will be broken up in the western portion of America. Oh God. The greater portion of Japan must go into the sea. The upper portion of Europe will be changed as in the twinkling of an eye. Land will appear off the east coast of America. There will be upheavals and in the Antarctic that will make for the eruption of volcanoes in the torrid areas, and there will be shifting then of the poles, so that where there has been those of a rigid or the semi-tropical will become the more tropical, and moss and fern will grow. Jesus Christ, dude. They're going to kill us all. No, I'm just kidding. They're not. I'm going to take that out. And then in part 19, we're going to see what the frick this is, okay? Alex Putney's Akasha. Love you. Hit the follow if you like what's going on here, okay? And then if you leave a comment, and you should check back later and see if they deleted your comment, and let me know if they do, okay? Bye! It's the little witchlings. We're here to save the frickin' day. It's part 19 of Alex Putney's Akasha, you little friend. Okay, let's go, boys. And these will begin in those periods in 1958 to 1998, when these will be proclaimed as the periods when his light will be seen again in the clouds, as to times, as to seasons, as to places. Alone is it given to those who have named the name and who bear the mark of those of his calling and his election in their bodies. To them it shall be given. As to those things that deal with the mental of the earth, these shall call upon the mountains to cover many, as ye have seen those in lowly places raised to those of power in the political, in the machinery of nations' activities, so shall ye those in high places reduced, and calling on the waters of darkness to cover them, and those that in the inmost recesses of them theirselves awaken in the spiritual truths that are to be given, and those places that have acted in the capacity of teachers among men, the rottenness of those that have ministered in places will be brought to light, and turmoils and strife shall enter. Dude, are you talking about the awakening? And as there is the wavering of those that would enter as emissaries, as teachers from the throne of life, the throne of light, the throne of immortality, and wage war in the air, that those of darkness, then know ye the Armageddon is at hand. For with the great numbers of gathering of the hosts of those that have hindered and would make for man and his weaknesses stumbling blocks, they shall wage war with the spirits of light, and come into the earth for this awakening, that have been and are being called by those of the sons of men into the service of the living God. For he, as ye have been told, is not the God of the dead, not the God of those that have forsaken him, but those that love his coming and love his associations among men, the God of the living, the God of life, for he is life. These profound predictive words from the trance medium interrelate many signs of Earth's ascension, describing atmospheric bursts of branching HHO plasma formations known as red sprites above, and have been observed for several hours at high altitudes and during brief flare-ups at ground level. Dude, okay, look at that. We've got frickin', what do they call it? Damn, look at these frickin' plasmos. Dude, they look pretty. They're cool. I'll give them that. Damn, thank goodness Alex Putney he be putting all these high-res ass pictures up in here, you know? Damn, thanks Putney. You be putting the moves on me, am I right? All right. Case links intensifying auroral activities with the sudden appearance of a nearby star whose illumination will bring about a dramatic transformative change in the light spectra we all receive from the sky above. Sacred prophecies of the indigenous Hopi culture of the American Southwest also foretell the impending incandescence of a red star in the close vicinity of Earth, and now hidden among dwarf companion star, will soon reignite with the arrival of a galactic superwave, transforming it into a brilliant red star. Yo, what? You're telling me that someone's going to reignite a star that is nearby us that we can't see right now, and then it's going to change life on Earth? Yikes. That sounds weird. That sounds a little scary. It sounds kind of scary a little bit. According to the ancient traditional knowledge of the Hopi elders, the red light of purification will emanate from this newly visible star, dramatically changing the color of our skies to a flaming red. This time is referring to the ancient teachings as the red dawn of the forever cycle, when the consciousness and DNA of every living being will be transformed through the divine influence of the red light. Brother, are you talking about us going into the sublime? Is that what you're saying? Are you talking about the frickin' sublime right now, dude? Come on. Like, in Westworld? Brother, do not talk to me about the sublime and pure happiness and figuring out whatever I want to do forever. The return of the blue star Kachina, who is also known as Nango Soho, will be the alarm clock that tells us of the new day, a new way of life, a new world that is coming. This is where the changes will begin. They will start as fires that burn within us, and we will burn up with desires and conflict if we do not remember the original teachings and return to the peaceful way of life. Hell yeah, dude, that's where we're going. Not far behind the twins will come the purifier, the red Kachina, who will bring the day of purification. On this day, the earth, her creatures, and all life as we know it will change forever. There will be messengers that will precede this coming of the purifier. They will leave messages to those on earth who remember the old ways. Well, I don't. You guys got to teach us, bro. How am I supposed to know the old ways? I'm a new guy. The messages will be found in the living stone through the sacred grains and even the waters. Crop circles have been found in ice. From the purifier will issue forth a great red light. All things will change in their manner of being. Every living thing will be offered the opportunity to change from the largest to the smallest thing. Brother, what? Okay, find out what this big frickin' red star is in the next part. Part frickin' 20? Holy crapino. Bye. Hey, hit follow if you like what you're seeing, okay? All right, I'll see you in the next part. Hello, my little nitwitches. This is my red sun. Okay, Alex Putney, part 20. Akasha, let's go, frickin'. Those who return to the ways given to us in the original teachings and live a natural way of life will not be touched by the coming of the purifier. They will survive and build the new world. Only in the ancient teachings will the ability to understand the messages be found. It is important to understand that these messages will be found upon every living thing, even within our bodies, even within a drop of our blood. Dude, I'm telling you, our DNA has like a literal message written out in code in DNA. I bet. These guys leave messages everywhere. It's all puzzle game for them. It's literally Westworld, dude. We have to do the maze, okay? Saving ourselves, I think, is the maze. Getting through the maze. All life forms will receive the messages from the twins, those that fly, the plants, even the rabbit. The appearance of the twins begins a period of 7 years and will be our final opportunity to change our ways. Everything we experience is all a matter of choice. Oh, so this shit is long. This is long and slow. Oh, okay. We got even 7 years? All right, we got this. When the purifier comes, we will see him first as a small red star, which will come very close and sit in our heavens watching us to see how well we have remembered the sacred teachings. This purifier will show us many miraculous signs in our heavens. In this way, we will know Creator is not a dream. Even those who do not feel their connection to Spirit will see the face of Creator across the sky. Things unseen will be felt very strongly. Many things will begin to occur that will not make sense, for reality will be shifting back in and out of the dream state. There will be many doorways to the lower world that will open at this time. Things long forgotten will come back to remind us of our past creations. All living things will want to be in the present for the day when time ends, and we enter the forever cycle of the fifth world. Dude, this sounds baller. Let's go. I want to go into the sublime. We will receive many warnings allowing us to change our ways from below the earth as well as above. Then, one morning in a moment, we will awaken to the red dawn. The sky will be the color of blood. Many things will then begin to happen that right now are not sure of their exact nature. For much of reality will not be as it is now. Okay? Well, we've already had this, our realities all shift in the last frickin' year, you know? Like, not everything that we think is real is not real. Parallel prophecies offered by Edgar Cayce and the Hopi elders. And dude, I'm so glad that all this fucking indigenous shit is what is seeming right. Closely with precise information from extraterrestrial and channeled sources concerning the sophisticated design function of the Great Pyramid that is periodically activated by resonant interaction with the sun's invisible binary companion. Duration of the binary cycle is measured from the point of periapsis to the point of apoapsis, opposite. Binary stars at periapsis. Oh, so it's like the closest and the furthest point away. Okay. The binary stellar dynamics of a 36,666 year axial precession of the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to finish this in the next part because this is already 4 minutes. All right. I'll see you in part 21. Bye. Part freaking 21 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Let's frickin' go. The binary stellar dynamics of a 36,666 year axial precession of the ages precisely concur with both modern astronomical measurements and ancient Sanskrit explanations of the backward motion of the equinoctial points around the zodiac. Diagram opposite, summarized by Sri Yuksatár in 1894 below. We learn from Oriental astronomy that moons revolve around their planets and planets turning on their axes revolve around their moons around the sun, revolve with their moons around the sun, and the sun with its planets and their moons takes some star for its dual and revolves around it in around 24,000 years of our Earth, a celestial phenomenon which causes the backward movement of the equinoctial points around the zodiac. The sun also has another motion by which it revolves around a grand center called Vishnu Habi, which is the seat of the creative power, Brahma, the universal magnetism. Brahma regulates Dharma, the mental virtue of the internal world. Sri Yuksatár's knowledge of the total duration of the cyclical precession of the ages was certainly incomplete, yet modern digital models can surely fetter out the basic variables defining our binary solar system, if astronomers acknowledge the account for the presence of the dual sun. In fact, the possibility that our sun orbits an unseen binary companion is precluded from consideration by modern astronomers despite evidence presented by the Binary Research Institute, including the orbit of Sedna, lunar cycle evidence, angular momentum calculations, and trajectory distribution analysis of Oort comets dislodged from the Kuiper belt. Consider 36,666 year binary periods. For half of the 36,666 year cycle of precession, the duration of each zodiacal age lengthens by 363 years, while for the latter half of the cycle, each succession age diminishes by 363 years. This periodic rate change of 363 years shows synchronicity with the known 11-year solar cycle, reflecting one full revolution of the binary system. The water bearer's nascent age of Aquarius was marked by the 2012 Mayan long count reset date and will last for 2,148 years. The preceding age of Pisces began at 2,148 BP and elapsed in 2012, being signified by the fish, commonly recognized as an age of Roman Catholic world dominance. Accordingly, the previous age of Aries began at 4,659 BP and lasted 2,511 years under the sign of the Ram, associated with the ancient Sumerian. Egyptian and Hongshang cultures that all employed the same zodiacal system in symbolic works. The age of Taurus began at 7,533 BP, lasting around 2,874 years aligned with the constellation of the Bull, as symbolically expressed in ancient artworks from the age of diverse Neolithic cultures throughout the entire region of Anatolia and the Levant. Of course, precession cycle calculations are limited by the accuracy of input parameters. Without the required astronomical observations, an accurate digital model of our binary system continues to elude astronomers. However, unconventional information sources have already provided this essential data. The average distance of the brown dwarf binary star companion can be calculated in accordance with Kepler's laws concerning elliptical orbits. Resonant input parameters of a 36,666 year precession cycle involving a brown dwarf with 0.56 of the sun's mass establish an average distance of 1,279.47 astronomical units. As prophesied by Case and the Hopi, sudden ignition of the binary companion as a red dwarf star will soon illuminate the resonant dynamics of the shift of the ages. Yo, what? Okay, find out what the frick they're talking about in part 22. Bye. Oh my gosh, it's Alex Putney's Akasha, part 22. What the hell was all that jibber jabber before about all these years and stuff? 36,666 year axial precession of the ages. And apparently we're going back to the age of Aquarius. All right. For half of the 36,666 year cycle of precession, the duration of each zodiacal age lengthens by 363 years, while for the latter half of the cycle, each successive age diminishes by 363 years. This periodic rate change of 363 years shows synchronicity with the known 11-year solar cycle, reflecting one full revolution of the binary system. All right. Brown dwarf elliptical orbit. So apparently we have a brown dwarf star that is paired with our star. Now, what the frick is a brown dwarf star? Most brown dwarfs are slightly larger in volume than Jupiter, but are still up to 80 times more massive due to general density. Okay. So this is a brown dwarf? Alright, so there's gonna be a kick-ass red star in our sky, and it might eat us all, right? Whatever. So that star goes way frickin' away from us and then comes back to us, apparently. And when it comes back, it's going to scare us, I think. Okay? Yikes. Whee! Whee! What's going on over there? Okay, all these are going to be in a line. The Carrington alignment. This was September 2nd, 1859, huh? Damn, that's all. They're all in a line. The Carrington alignment. What, this is a vertical? This is called make-make? The rapidly strengthening reverberations of infrasound resonance being experienced all over the planet and throughout our entire solar system are due to the close pass of the sun's binary twin, an invisible brown dwarf companion star. So where exactly is the ethereal brown dwarf companion? Information on this enigmatic subject was provided to an extraterrestrial contactee in South Africa decades ago. We first heard about Sola Cananda approaching our solar system in 1973. Sola Cananda means a sun that has not yet flared or blazed, we are told. It is approaching from the constellation of Cancer. This locator reference for the brown dwarf as approaching the solar system from the region of Cancer suggests its point of periapsis with the sun will occur while passing through the constellation of Leo. This basic brown star locator information also provides an intriguing explanation for the most powerful solar event and geomagnetic storm ever witnessed by astronomers of our time, known as the Carrington event of September 2nd, 1859, opposite above. While many researchers acknowledge the planetary alignment as playing a major causative role in the solar eruption, the surprising magnitude of the event is the direct result of the additional alignment of the brown dwarf star that has gone entirely unnoticed. All right. Dude, sick. The red dwarf alignment, December 18th, 2015. What the frick? They're all in a line? All right, I don't know. Let's frickin' find out in part 23, dude. Alright, dudes, we're freaking reading. Ready? We're part 23, Alex Putney's Akasha. You ready? Get into it. Let's get our reading caps on. The invisible presence of the brown dwarf companion star at the edge of the known solar system in the region of Leo is the only explanation for the unmatched intensity of the Carrington event and offers a profound insight into the timing of the oncoming magnetic reversal of our sun and all of its orbiting planets. Dude, I don't want magnetic reversal. Please, that sounds scary. As prophesied by many ancient sources, humanity will soon witness the unprecedented conjunction of the majority of the bodies in our solar system. On December 18th to the 21st, 2015, Neptune, Ceres, Mercury, the Sun, Venus, Mars, and Jupiter were perfectly aligned with the brown dwarf solar companion. The Saturn-Sun axis will be perpendicular to the main alignment, which passes closely by the Earth as well. Astronomical data for December 21st, 2015 marks 3 years from periapsis of the binary system, which occurred with the close of the Mayan Baktun calendar at solar maximum. On December 21st, 2012, periapsis of the binary system is defined as the point of greatest proximity between the two suns and thus also the moment of the greatest relative velocity. Since the 2012 periapsis of the binary stars, the brown dwarf companion has been slowly moving away from the sun, commencing its 18,333-year journey to the point of its greatest distance from the sun at apoapsis. Don't know what any of this means, but we're gonna figure it out, guys, okay? Fascinating details concerning the shift of the ages were revealed by extraterrestrial visitors decades ago. In 1968, a young radio electrical engineer living in Richards Bay, South Africa, F. Edwin W., alias, received radio transmissions from a cosmonaut in Earth orbit named Valdar from the planet Koldos. Then another aspect of this conditioning program emerged when the discussion turned to the enigmatic subject called the New Age. Valdar said, "One has to be conditioned to accept the new age. In the ancient scriptures of the Confederation, it is written that the Divine One will change many planets." Dude, the Confederation of aliens, bro. There's really a confederation of these dudes. A voice tells us that there will be a change. The timing of the event will depend on many circumstances. It might be caused by the separation of the two universes, resulting in a complete break in the magnetic field between them. This event may bring about changes which would gradually usher in a new age in the atomic structure. Every atomic power station would then cease to function, and even your electrical power would stop. But a new source of energy will then be available. Your physical world would undergo a transformation, a cleansing of the earth. Then the resurrection would follow in the still of the night. The transformation would be almost instantaneous. Even the heavens would change color. Mankind will be afraid, but a great uplifting will follow. There will be regeneration. For example, those of 90 years age will be as 50, and those of you who are 50 will be as 30. Let us wait and see. There are still many things that even the Confederation is uncertain of. Changes can be observed and data analyzed, but only Mother Nature, the Divine One, will trigger the reaction that will change things permanently. I repeat, permanently on Earth. Alright. Valdar's clear statement elucidate dramatic future events and subsequent major atmospheric changes involving the oncoming shift of Earth to high resonance. He foretells a physical transformation, a cleansing of the earth, in the still of the night. That would be almost instantaneous. Even the heavens would change color. A great increase in the intensity of cosmic rays bombarding the earth from a nearby supernova event or chain of events would re-engage the now dormant pyramids to ignite an atmospheric HHO plasma canopy, with plumes arching along the pathways of Fibonacci standing waves. This process is already observable as air glow and actively pulsate auroral formations. Alright, dude, let's frickin' see what's popping off and now we're getting to something, right? We're gonna see what's happening in part 24. Alright, see you in a minute, bye. Part 24 of Alex Putney's Akasha in the house, okay? And don't fear, guys, we are almost to a gosh dang crop circle. 2 of them. Ready? Alright, we're gonna read quick. Here we go. Get ready! There might be a change in the atomic structure. Every atomic power station would then cease to function, and even your electrical power would stop, but a new source of energy will then be available. Indeed, the intense solar flare activity will send massive coronal ejections that will influence the ultra-low frequency resonance of Earth through interaction with the Giza pyramids, which transduce all solar energy into inaudible acoustic waves. This new source of energy, which is here for mankind to use on our planet, refers to these resonant infrasound standing waves that will be dramatically increasing in strength, preceding geomagnetic reversal. What unseen forces are causing this great shift? Valdar divulged the hidden presence of Sola Cananda, the brown star binary companion of our sun that returns once again from the direction of Cancer as its long elliptical orbit. Although the full timeline of predicted future events was explained to Edwin in detail, the public was only informed that preparations and conditioning contacts made by the Confederation on Earth are being conducted in case an emergency evacuation of Earth becomes necessary in the near future due to these cosmic changes. What? Let me explain briefly. The purpose of the plan is to save as many as possible in the event of a major catastrophe occurring on Earth. This might be a nuclear war or the collision of an asteroid or some other cosmic disaster involving Earth. This includes the approaching embryo sun, Sola Cananda. That means it's the start of a sun? That means it could just erupt when it comes by us? Yikes. We first heard that Sola Cananda approaching our solar system in 1973. Sola Cananda means a sun that has not yet flared or blazed, we are told. It is approaching from the constellation of Cancer. As our solar system enters deeper into its sphere of influence, changes in our planetary magnetic fields have from time to time been observed by the Confederation. These changes have been comprehensively mapped as nonlinear events of focused infrasound standing waves that are increasing in intensity with solar flare activity. When considered in the context of the near approach of an invisible embryonic sun, one may infer that the instantaneous resurrection of Earth is somehow intimately linked with the dramatic rebirth of the dormant brown dwarf star into a red dwarf, right? Dude, what the hell? Oh my goodness. Okay, extraterrestrial information given by Valdar and in Richards Bay, South Africa, in the early 1970s was not understood at the time, but was published for future reference. Today, the data closely aligns with the dramatic astronomical events and meteorological changes now taking a forceful hold of our planet. Heightening infrasound resonance throughout the entire solar system is enhancing all terrestrial life forms in profound ways. The most profound consciousness and genetic enhancements are being experienced by human populations worldwide. The critical mass movement of humanity into higher density experience was also explained in the 1970s by the Nahuatl elders of Mexico. Don Juan instructing Carlos Castaneda. The new seers let the mastery of awareness develop to its natural end, which is to extend the glow of awareness beyond the bounds of the luminous cocoon in one single stroke. The third attention is attained by the glow of awareness, turns into the fire from within. A glow that kindles not one band at a time, but all the emanations inside man's cocoon. These solar events have been marked by two binary cross mandala cross formations appearing during the preparatory year of 2015, referencing both the completion of the period of the 2014-2015 lunar eclipse tetrad and the brown dwarf alignment of December 18 to 21, 2015. This pair of cosmic messages were reported in Wiltshire in April 24th, in Luxembourg near Stonehenge above, and on July 6th at Clearbury Ring. An interpretation was offered by the Cassiopeans on July 18th, 2015. Data. Can I ask about the meaning of the recent crop circle that looked like a half moon with a star, crescents, and a four-pointed star? Eclipsing realities coming soon. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna ask more questions about these crop circles in part 25. Okay, bye. Yo, it's part 25 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Hey, sorry, someone asked me to do recaps at the beginning of the videos, and I forgot about that until right now, so I'll try and do a quick one, but I'm not sure how many I'll be able to do, because I feel like that'll take just as long as reading it, and we're racing against the clock, you know? Yeah, see, I don't know where to start. Frick, what do I say? There might be a pole shift coming soon, and we know this from multiple different channeled sources and science and all of the weird stuff that the Nazis do and stuff in Antarctica. Yeah, see, I'm not sure how to sum this up. You should go back to the beginning and get to this video, and then yeah, it's kind of hard to jump in randomly here. That's why I make it very obvious that it's parts, so that you're encouraged to go back and then get to where you are. You know what I mean? Like, you can, and it's all in chunks, so you can take it slow at your own pace, right? All right, I think I'm just going to keep reading. Thank you guys. I love you. Hey, I'm here to try things. I want to try things too, you know? It's hard. We're talking about crop circles. We're talking about frickin' aliens be real, okay? Here we go. Specific details concerning the ascension process also emerged during a fascinating question and answer session with the Cassiopeans, channeled by Laura Knight Jadek on October 16th, 1994. Question: are there any exercises we can use to help our bodies transform into fourth density? Not necessary. It is the soul that matters. Does this mean that if we focus on soul development, that at the time of transformation that our bodies will automatically be transformed for us? No, it is a natural process. No preparation is needed. Okay, cool. If theoretically an individual, I am getting a very unusual feeling right at this moment. Why? Metabolic changes enhanced by accelerated learning. Is this happening to all three of us? Yes. Now, as I was starting to say, if theoretically an individual was to develop a natural way of making all the proper choices and was to arrive at the point in time when the major transition is to be made, would the individual's body pass through into that heightened dimension in a physical state? Of course. Now suppose this theoretical person were to pass through this transition to the other side. What state would they find their body in? Would it be exactly as it is now in terms of solidity? What would be the experience? The key concept here is variability of physicality. Are you talking about shape-shifting? Are we going to be shape-shifting? Does this mean that everybody will be different, or that an individual will have greater control over the substance and constitution of the body? Dude, these are beautiful. I love these crop cirkies. All right, screw it. We're going to do this in next part. Part 26. Dude, if you're one of those people like everyone, because this is what they wanted us to do, if you have never given crop circles a chance, dude, you should really give them a chance, because A, they're beautiful. 2, there's 0% chance they're made by humans. And 3, they're here. Have you ever seen Arrival? It's like, you know how what's-her-face, Amy Adams, is in the cave thing learning the language from the aliens? That's what this is. Okay, so we're at part 26 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Ready? Here we go. We're talking about maybe our reality is going to shift. Maybe there's going to be a pole shift. Maybe we're all going to turn into HHO plasma. Maybe we're all going to get punished and Noah's Ark 2 is going to happen. You know, we're not going to find out till it happens. So try and live a good life. Try and be a decent person. Stand up for what's right, and love your friends and family and yourself. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Not exactly either. Your physicality will be variable, and this is an interview between a person who's channeling an entity or something, like a alien, explaining what this incoming, like, unveiling or transition or whatever is coming, explaining how it's going to be. He said, you're not really going to have a body. You're going to be able to have variability in your physicality, okay? Not exactly either. Your physicality will be variable according to need and circumstance. Okay, does this mean that sometimes we will be more of a light body? Close. Does this mean that sometimes we will be more of a firm body as we have now? Yes. Will our bodies age differently? Yes. What will be the median lifespan? 400 years. And will those who pass through this transition as, say, 50-year-olds, will they have an equal opportunity to live an additional 400 years? Will regenerate in youthful appearance? Now, when you say 400 years, will it be that the plane has a different orbit and that a year will be different? No. Will the days be different as to length of time, light and dark as they are now? Not the point. Planet will be fourth density as well. What the fuck, dude? But will the days and nights be different, and will the orbit be different? Will the axial angle be changed? You are thinking in terms of the third level density. Is that third level dimension? What we call dimensions? Yeah, third density. Oh my god, dude. Yes. The rules will be so totally different that physical inspired comparisons are moot. But I like the sunshine and birds singing and breezes. I just want to know if those things will be the same. In some fashion. Can't you give a few clues? We must let you see for yourself. Damn it. Astonishing parallels between the Cassiopeans' statements given a 1994 and information given by Valdar in Richards Bay, South Africa, beginning in 1968 correlate with imminent astronomical events. Further details regarding the revolutionary nature of the consciousness effects of the binary magnetic reversal were divulged by the Cassiopeans on August 9th, 1999, in response to direct questions. So, all things you have suggested are to get us ready for this event? Yes. Well, we better get moving. We don't have time to mess around. You will proceed as needed. You cannot force these events or alter the grand destiny. Nice. Peter Thiel thinks otherwise. He's trying to get that frickin' slithery snake to start frickin' going circle, and I don't know if he wants to. I do not like the sound of that. I want to go home. The alternative is less appetizing. Sure, I don't want to be lunch. Reincarnation on a third density Earth as a cave person amidst rupple and a glowing red sky as the perpetual cold wind whistles. Why is the sky glowing red? Contemplate. Years of research and meditative contemplation on this possibility suggest these atmospheric changes described in many similar accounts relate to intensifying infrasound roaring of planetary resonance, inducing a bright red auroral glow, described as the Red Dawn in ancient prophecies of the Hopi, Lakota, Sioux, Apache, and Maya elders. This color change of Earth's skies may also induce profound changes in human auditory and visual perception that alter the way we sensually perceive the world around us. Binary solar dynamics were exhaustively discussed during a subsequent session with the Cassiopeans on December 12, 2010. Data presented by the Binary Research Institute has contextualized by applying the metaphor of a motor's operation initiated by plasma discharge of the binary solar capacitor. Okay, now I've got this other book here, Lost Star of Myth and Time, and his theory is about a companion star and the fact that the Earth or the solar system is rotating around a common center of gravity in tandem with the companion star. It is said that it is this orbit that creates the precession of the zodiac. He says that the precession is not a big wobble that the Earth goes through as it proceeds in a fairly direct course through the galaxy, but rather that it is this rotation around this common center of gravity with the companion star that produces this effect of precession. Now, is he onto something with this theory? Also, about the precession of the zodiac? Absolutely. No idea what that means. Okay, let's see. In part 20-7. Oh my god, it's a whole lot of text. Bye. Oh my god, my nitwitches. Okay, it's this wall of text, and then I swear to god, the next page, look, oh, the next page with the shimmer, from Annihilation, that is the start of the story that I started reading this whole thing for. It took me 80 pages to get there, but the next part is incredible, okay? So just stick with me here, okay? We're talking to aliens and stuff and channeling aliens. Just go watch the first part all the way to here if you don't know what we're talking about. It's split up into parts. Just take your time. Okay, ready? This is Alex Putney's Akasha part 27. I love you. Here we go. I'm going to read fast so we get to the next part really fast. Okay, he points out some interesting effects in here. First of all, he mentioned recording the speed of the Earth's rotation. They had a fixed telescope with crosshairs, and they had a clock that was connected to some kind of super time clock that was extremely accurate, and they had recording exactly how long it took the Earth to rotate in respect to Sirius. Sirius being a fixed point. These researchers discovered that during the period of time when Sirius B, Sirius's companion, which is a dwarf, eclipsed Sirius A, it actually slowed the rotation of the Earth. Now, this is what their measurements showed, something like 50 arc seconds. The slowing began a week before the eclipse. Then after the eclipse, the Earth actually sped up by 50 arc seconds. So there are 2 weeks of effects of the rotation of the Earth caused by the eclipsing of Sirius A, caused by its companion Sirius B, as I remember, though I may have missed the exact time period. Now, the conclusion that he drew from this is that we are affected by being gravitationally connected to Sirius somehow. Anyhow, the conclusion that he draws is that he also points out that it seems that Sirius is heading in our direction. We are getting closer to Sirius, so he theorizes that Sirius is our companion star. Is he correct about that? Not Soul's companion, but look in that direction for clues to your own little brother. Is it true that he speculates that when the solar system approaches the companion of ours, that it will have a psychic effect? Yes, you are already feeling its approach. Well, that's one thing that this guy James McCanney said. He said that this last solar cycle, the maximum was so long, so intense, that it was evidence that something really big had entered our solar capacitor. It was discharging the sun, and if that's the case, there's probably a current flow, and that means that it's possible that at some point the Earth and maybe the Moon and several other astronomical bodies will line up along the line of this flow that's going on between the sun and its companion. And if that's the case, could that be a little problematical? Oh, indeed. Yes, it is happening already. Do you not see the evidence all around the globe? Well, on that point, McCanney said that when the Earth gets into this kind of situation where there's a discharge thing going on between the sun and another body and the Earth gets involved in it, that the Earth itself becomes comet-like during the time, and it begins also to attract what he calls pollution events. It starts picking up all kinds of dust and stuff from outer space, and even the water volume of the planet gets increased because of this precipitating. Because the planet's picking stuff up from space, it's growing from accumulating stuff, from acquiring stuff. And if that's the case, dude, it's doing Katamari Damacy or whatever. And if that's the case, it could be attracting dust loading into the upper atmosphere, regardless of whether or not we pass through cometary dust clouds. All these things that we've been noticing going on in our upper atmosphere, strange clouds, long-lasting contrails, extreme cooling, could be exactly as he described. There could be an atmospheric effect to these electric sheets because he says that there are different kinds of ways of currents and layers of currents. He's got like a 5-layer model of how the electromagnetic field of the planet goes, and he says that it's the cause of El Nino. It's the cause of earthquakes, volcanoes, storms, changing of the jet stream, and just a whole host of things. It's all electrical phenomena. You know what? That's also could be caused by the frickin' Tessie Howie. You know what I mean? You know what our Tessie Howie? It's electrical phenomena. He says that the electricity from the sun creates and drives hurricanes, and that it is not the temperature of the water. Because he said that if it had to do with the temperatures of the water, one hurricane comes along, sucks out all the heat out, then it would be impossible for another hurricane to form for a period of time. And yet, you see very often hurricane after hurricane. So, is he onto something with this theory? Oh, you bet. Okay, so hurricanes are caused by solar shit. Dude, that's interesting. I like that. Okay. Oh, you bet. Is the axis of the solar system wobbling? Not enough to make a difference, but the galaxy is. That means that the companion star is in the elliptical plane. Yes. Part of the capacitor. The highly detailed astronomical model presented by the Cassiopeans in describing our solar system sounds remarkably like the Tesla gravity motor that was developed in the 1920s by Tesla with the direct aid of Edgar Cayce. Intensifying auroral discharges mark the ignition of the binary solar capacitor. Apparently, these consciousness and rejuvenating effects of the red dawn entail mass genetic enhancement of the terrestrial human population. in accordance with the new environmental conditions of the luminal and auditory resonance from the illumination of two suns in our skies, upgrading the sensory perception of a large portion of humanity that are aligned with this advancement in the learning cycle. What? The red sky will become instantaneously perceived as golden for those who are receptive to the environmental electroacoustical activation, according to information given in another obscure extraterrestrial contactee case, imparted highly relevant information concerning the electroacoustic activation of human consciousness to fourth density perception. My ears are going buzzing crazy right now at 1:26 a.m. Why? Okay, guys, we're going to the frickin' shimmer in part 28 after this, okay? And this is the interview that I frickin' wanted to read from the whole beginning. I read 80 pages for you. You guys ready? Come on, join Annihilation after this. Holy crap, we're at part 28 of Alex Putney's Akasha, guys. Look, we're in the shimmer now, okay? This is Annihilation with Natalie Portman. Here we go. This is the reason that I wanted to read this document in the first place, right? This is why I read 80 pages to get here, okay? I wanted to show you guys this interview. It's very interesting. We're talking about this upcoming magnetic pole shift that's possibly happening. It might be we all turn into plasma. We might be going to the fourth dimension, or density as they call it. I think this is third density, and then we can go to fourth density world. Now listen to this, okay? One such case involving ongoing contacts has been reported by Mr. Joe, a 72-year-old lawyer from the Rio de Janeiro living in the Coringo area. An intriguing aspect of the experiences of Mr. Joe involve loud booming and humming noises emitted by the invisible plasma ship of the visitors to raise his electroacoustic vibratory field. During this time, they continually asked about his perception of colors presented from the luminous craft. Success was achieved after Mr. Joe was asked to put his hands on the ground, as his shoes had apparently prevented the energetic activation they were undertaking. Okay? You guys understand that? A barefoot lifestyle, right? What the fuck? Why a barefoot lifestyle? Mr. Joe provided a concise summary of this unusual extraterrestrial contact that occurred near the town of Rochedo, Brazil on August 30th, 2008, with Portuguese to English translation by Felipe Branco. Mr. Joe, a lawyer, 72 years old from Rio de Janeiro, had been contacted by a couple of extraterrestrial beings about a couple of months ago, precisely in the early morning of the 30th of August. Around midnight, he was coming along this dirt road, going to see a piece of land down there that he had some interest in real estate, when he saw a huge light that flashed on the ground. He stopped his car, came out of his car, and walked towards the light, towards the direction of this large ball of light he was seeing. When he got to this part of the dirt road, the extraterrestrials told him to stop. He heard a voice say, "Stop." And then he stopped. They asked him if he could see a light down in the forest. He heard a voice speaking to him in Portuguese, the language that we speak in Brazil, clearly. Then they asked him to walk along this small path through the forest, and he went inside the forest, walking until again he heard the voice tell him, "Stop." Dude, I'm sorry, I'm not following any voice that is telling me to go into the dark forest late at night, and so far has done nothing to indicate to me that they are a safe being. You know, you gotta show me give me a reason to trust you real quick, you know? He walked down this path, and they asked him to look for a golden ball of light down there, and they directed him to walk along this path until he saw a golden light. They did various tests to him in order to discern if he could see. What they were trying to... Actually, you know what? They're not gonna let me... this is gonna be like 8 minutes if I finish this. Okay, we're going to part frickin' 20 dude. 20 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Love you. See you in a minute. Hi, my little skeeby bops. It's part 29, boys. Here we go. Okay, we just left off on frickin' the shimmer. Okay, right? Remember? Dude is in Rio de Janeiro. He's driving down the road, and a couple aliens stop him in the middle of the road late at night. He says, he hears them say, stop. Then they say, hey, do you see this light down in the forest? And he says, no. They say, hey, why don't you follow that path and go follow that light, okay? And then that's where we left off. They did various tests to him in order to discern if he could see what they were trying to show him. They made him see a red ball of light twice, this red ball of light. The extraterrestrials insisted on asking him if they could see the golden light, but he could only see it in red, not in the gold. Okay, what if he's colorblind? Frick. Then they told him that they would adjust his vibrational frequency. Then he heard this bell ringing like a Chinese temple bell. They said, do not worry, do not be afraid, don't be alarmed by these sounds. We are trying to adjust your vibrational frequency so that he could see the golden light. Dude, vibrational frequency is everything. This is incredible, dude. I love this. This is so awesome, bro. I can't believe that we're getting fucking spiritual with it. This is fun, man. My mom's gonna be so freaking proud, dude. She's gonna be like, you're spiritual about aliens? What? Oh my god, that's even worse than you being an atheist. They wanted him to see gold, not red, as he was seeing it. Then they asked him to walk 70 steps toward the direction. After taking the 70 steps, they asked him to stop. He stopped. Then they asked him again, are you seeing the golden light? He said, no, I'm not seeing it. What would 70 steps, like how far would that be? Why? Would that change the wave? Like, would that adjust the wave motion or something? Like, I feel like 70 steps could help us figure out what they're doing. I mean, what, they're just shooting a sound wave at him, right? Like, do we all need to be in like sound baths all the time? We should do that. What do? Put 3 speakers around you and then just frickin' put in the tone, 432 or whatever the hell it is? Dude, I can't believe everything is sound. This is incredible. I love that everything is music. You know I do. Okay, love you. Let's keep going. They told him to bend over and put his 2 hands on the ground. Sorry, I'm not falling for it. Drop the soap. Hey, can you pick the soap up for me? I'm just a little alien. I'm not falling for that gag. We have jails here in America. We know. We understand what's going on here. Like this, his 2 hands down on the ground, and they said they would perform some sort of energetic activation on him. Yeah, keep that to yourself, buddies. When he put both of his hands on the ground, he saw a golden light coming from behind him, but this light would not pass by his body, as if the light would stop on his back. He would not produce a shadow, as if it was a dense beam of light. Then they said, stay in the same position. We are going to repeat the same activation. Then the beam of light was directed upon him again. Then they told him, stand up, and then they asked him, are you seeing the golden light? And he said, no, I'm not seeing the golden light. Then the path through the jungle became lit, as if it was a dimensional road towards a portal or something like that, a vortex here in Corinco. So he could not see the golden light. Then they asked him, can you still see the road lit up? They were adjusting his frequency so he could see the golden ball, but he was seeing red, so he was not in the frequency. Then they told him he was supposed to go to another place. Then they sent him to stop at the next bridge that he would find on his dirt road, and they would be waiting there for him. Before leaving for the nearby bridge location on the last attempt by the extraterrestrials to adjust him to see if he could see the golden light, the extraterrestrials asked him to turn around to see if he could see them. Joe said, no, I cannot see you. Then the extraterrestrial told him to approach, to walk 10 steps. On the 10th step, he stopped, and then the extraterrestrial asked him, can you see me now? Joe said, no, I can't. Then all of a sudden, he saw a silhouette in the middle of the path. He sees the silhouetted figure was about 190 centimeters, about 6'4", 6'6". Then he asked the extraterrestrial, are you wearing a white garment? And the extraterrestrial said, yes. Then Joe said, I'm seeing a whitish silhouette. Is it you? He said, yes. Then Joe asked if he could approach him, and the extraterrestrial said, no, my energy can burn you. I am a 5th dimensional being. My energy is too strong. You will be burned. A 5th density being? My energy is too strong. You will be burned. Leaving the forest path, he returned to his car and proceeded down the dirt road. He got to the bridge and stopped the car there. Got out. and walked towards the wood bridge. When he arrived on the bridge, he asked, "Are we going to continue the contact?" There was no dialogue anymore, only sound effects, as a rain of stones falling. The sound effects of this rain of stones, the strange phenomenon, was happening all the time. It was a very tremendous sound, a roar, going on for about 30 minutes. Yo, what the hell are you talking about? Dude, okay, I guess we're gonna figure out what that is in the next part. The LOD oscillation. Beetlejuice? What the hell's to come? Whoa, this is a bunch of magnetic resonances and stuff? Bro, what is all this stuff? The world is incredible. Oh, look at all these Mag 15 earthquakes that Peter Thiel was doing in 2017. Dude. Well, okay, let's see Peter Thiel vaporize us in the next part. Part 30. Love y'all. Bye. Holy gosh dang, it's the last chapter of Alex Putney's Akasha. Let's frickin' go. The LOD oscillation. What the frick is that? I have no idea. The timing of cosmic events involving the prophesied appearance of the brown dwarf binary companion of our sun is an astronomical riddle that can only be solved by direct observations of the object by infrared telescopes. However, unexplained planetary rhythms may be induced by passes of the brown dwarf star. In 2011, the Vatican completed installation of a pair of infrared telescopes for Project Lucifer at the Large Observatory in Mount Graham, Arizona, secretly tasked with tracking the position of the brown dwarf solar companion. Critical observations of dramatic stellar activity occurring in the Orion constellation have also been kept from the general public. Supercomputer models of our binary solar system generated using these IR stellar observations of the brown dwarf companion star and the red supergiant Betelgeuse have provided high probability dates for the impact of a supernova from the Orion constellation. Great. This major event threatens to reignite the extinguished corona of the brown dwarf to become a red dwarf star. Oh, brother. The astronomical indicators of such a terrifying event have been restricted from public access, with just one scientific study and one mainstream news media article reported in 2009 documenting the extremely rapid contraction of the red giant star Betelgeuse while downplaying the probability of imminent collapse and supernova. Look, it's Beetlejuice the movie, guys! Nothing scary. Preventative measures were taken decades ago by CIA scriptwriters to produce big-budget Hollywood films for mass mind programming via transmission of subliminal messages. The most obvious example of this mental manipulation relevant to our subject is the popular 1988 Hollywood film Beetlejuice, produced to deride the science revealing the imminent Betelgeuse supernova in the constellation of Orion. Okay. Oh, brother. What the hell? Notice the film title includes 3 sets of standing waves on the top and the bottom of the logo. The name of the film and its main character, Betelgeuse, a zombie raised from the dead, played by Michael Keaton, is an obvious distortion of the stellar name Beetlejuice. But why? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. In both the TV commercial and graveyard scenes, the zombie character stands below a Vegas-style billboard reading Beetlejuice. This is not the name of the main character, but the name of a red giant star. The character's actual name, Beetlejuice, is stated 3 times to call on the undead entity above. This serves to fix the name in the minds of the audience, which is a mispronunciation of the name for the star, Betelgeuse, I think, purposefully confusing the actual name. When called upon, the zombie emerges from a grave marked with a tombstone reading, "Here lies Betelgeuse." Clever double entendre, as lies are being peddled. Dude, that's funny. Here lies Betelgeuse or juice. Get it? Because they're fucking liars. NASA is. Alright, let's read this next part in chapter. Holy crap, I didn't even say what chapter this was. 30! Chapter 30! Hey, this is chapter 30. Hey, stay tuned for chapter 31. Here it comes, of Alex Putney's Akasha. Ready, set, see you in a second. It is part 31, yes it is, it's part 31 of Alex Putney's Akasha, and we're talking about Betelgeuse, Beetlejuice. The dead persona of Betelgeuse subliminally informs the audience that the star Betelgeuse is dead. The psyop film Betelgeuse actually makes direct reference to the shrinking action of the red giant star Betelgeuse in one scene where the character Betelgeuse experiences the sudden shrinking of his own head after swapping out his service ticket, starting with a string of 9s above. The possibility of imminent stellar collapse was thoroughly addressed in the article Betelgeuse and the Red Dawn, published by this author in August of 2009. Imminent in stellar terms refers to the likelihood of the star going supernova in the next 20 years or so. More recent data on the progressive collapse of Betelgeuse has not been forthcoming from academic circles in a concerted effort to hide these significant facts and implications from the general public. In addition, vague disinformation articles were widely published online to dismiss the reality and significance of the imminent stellar collapse of Betelgeuse. Notice how the author refuses to directly reference his sources, stating an anonymous poster there says he has heard that the star Betelgeuse is about to go supernova, maybe as soon as a few weeks. The disinfo author cleverly avoids mentioning the article by this author that is the main subject of his uninformed rant. Accurate astronomical details concerning the long elliptical orbital cycle of the brown dwarf solar companion were first published by extraterrestrial contactee Eduardo Billy Meyer in 1986. A more precise calculation of the binary solar cycle was realized when considering the mathematical significance of the 11-year solar maximum cycle as reverberations of the regular passing of the brown dwarf companion. Applying the concept of resonance to binary system dynamics, numerical calculations support the likelihood of a 36,666-year binary solar cycle. I like that. 36666. Involving the reignition of the brown dwarf companion sun as a red dwarf. This unprecedented event will likely be induced by magnetic reversal of our solar system, resulting in the enhanced luminosity of twin suns, described by indigenous wisdom as the change of our worlds. Let's get another fucking sun, boys. Let's do it. Let's get another sun. Come on, what are you waiting for? All right, let's talk about this thing in part 32. Hell yeah, boys. See you in a minute. Have you ever heard of Alex Putney or his work Akasha? Dude, we're on part 32. If you're just joining now, God help you, okay? The repetition of sixes in the binary cycle figure of 36,666 years reflects the binary operation of the gravity motor invented by Nikola Tesla and reveals the nature of the famous Tesla quote on the magnificence of threes, sixes, and nines. This hidden connection is also encrypted in the numerical designation of 4,666 given to the series of psychic readings given by the sleeping prophet Edgar Cayce. The resonant magnificence of 3s and 6 is also... Wait, what's that phrase when you're going crazy? Is it your 3s and 6s? Wait, 3s and 7s. Is 3s and 7s? 3s and 7s means you're crazy? Isn't that a Queens of the Stone Age song? I think so. Okay, anyway, I have no idea what I'm talking about. The resonant magnificence of 3s and 6s is also reflective of the negative aspect of the satanic obsession with the number 666 and the closely related Masonic obsession with 33rd degree, etc. These coded numbers have real-world applications to the astronomical cycles of our planet that have become obscured by false associations with evil forces that are so often repeated in mainstream drivel. These binary system dynamics may also reflect the numerical relationship marking the closing of one cycle and the commencing of another. Consider the elapse of the Mayan Baktun calendar cycle on the solstice day of December 21st, 2012. This date marked solar maximum and periapsis, the point of closest proximity of our sun and its invisible brown dwarf companion, now located in the constellation of Leo. The 11-year solar cycle elapses 3,333 times during each binary cycle of 36,666 years, which completed on December 21st, 2012, a full 5.5 years comprising one half of the solar cycle will have elapsed from December 21st, 2012 to June 21st, 2018, which is 36,671.5 years from the previous preapsis on our binary system. The numbers 3, 5, 11, and 36,671 are all primes. 3 and 5 are also Fibonacci numbers. The periodic cycle of geomagnetic reversal occurs with every other preapsis in solar maximum, comprising 2 full binary cycles of our solar system lasting 73,333 years, which is 36,666.6 times 2 equals 73,333.3. 73,333 is also a prime number. Jesus Christ, dude, I wish I was like that girl in frickin' Foundation that just, whenever she starts feeling stressed, you know what she does? She counts prime numbers. I don't know what that means, but it's what smart people do apparently. I bet Tesla did. Anyway, who knows? Count your primes, kids. What does prime mean again? Moving on. Extensive research has revealed the great significance of prime numbers in calculating resonant solar and planetary cycles, and especially Fibonacci numbers that are primes. All right, and we're going to look at whatever the heck this is in part 33, my little nitwitches. And if you want to hang out with us, you know where to go and hit this follow. All right, love you. See you in part 33. Bye. Oh my God, 33, the Masonic number. No, Satan's number times 2. Well, if you multiplied it by 2 and then added another 6, it would be 666. Ah, no, no. Hello, it's part 33. Part 33. No, wait, this is the bad one. It's part 33, the Masonic degree. Oh my goodness, of Alex Putney's Akasha. We're doomed. No, we're not. We're perfectly fine. Everything's going as planned. Okay, ready? Here we go. For several decades, geophysicists have observed a series of geomagnetic and resulting tectonic disturbances that have not been adequately explained, other than Peter Thiel doing all of these with his Tesla Howie from Antarctica. Anyway, that's just my opinion. And a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's not real. It's definitely not real. Ha ha ha. Anyway, moving on. Yet continue to persist in a 5.9-year interval that is due to return with full vigor in 2018. More than 30 major earthquakes are expected to strike this year. Consistent and highly convincing statistical data was clearly identified and distinguished from all other known influences on the Earth's core rotation by a pair of researchers located in the UK and France. In their standout study published on July of 2013, geophysicists Richard Holm of the University of Liverpool and Olivier de Viron of the Institut de Physique du Globe in Paris calculate that millisecond variations in the length of a day proceed in a rhythm repeating 5.9 years, alternately speeding up and slowing down. Periodic wobbles in Earth's core change the length of a day every 5.9 years, according to a new study. Teasing out this subtle cycle, which subtracts and adds mere milliseconds to each day, also revealed a light between abrupt changes in the length of day and Earth's magnetic field. During these short-lived lurches in the magnetic field intensity events called geomagnetic jerks, Earth's day also shifts by 0.1 millisecond, the researchers report. Since 1969, nice. 6s and 9s, boys. Dude, yeah! Scientists have detected 10 geomagnetic jerks lasting less than a year. Seemingly negligible. These fleeting variations are mighty to those who study the planet and its core. Shifts in the magnetic field also provide clues to the inaccessible iron core, but their source remains a mystery. But no one knows what causes geomagnetic jerks. I have no clue, said Holmes. Something is happening at the core mantle boundary because you're seeing the geomagnetic and the rotational effect at the same time, but we don't know what's going on. We've got some ideas, but it's just me having an amusing amused flight of fancy. I'm a data hound, and I want to propel thinking about this, Holmes said. Other forces also changed the planet's spin. Since Earth formed, tugging from the sun and moon have slowed the planet's rotation. On shorter timescales, earthquakes and melting glaciers, ocean currents, and strong winds, such as the jet stream, can alter how fast the planet spins, shortening or lengthening a day by about 1 millisecond. Oh, brother. Here we go. We're going to read this in part 34. Jeez Louise, thank God we're off of this Masonic 33 shit. Oh, man. Dude, the 33-degree stuff, that is a unlucky number. It's not fucking 13. It's 33, and only when it has to do with Masonic shit. Stay away from it, okay? Yeek. They're weird. Have you ever been to part 34 of Alex Putney's Akasha? Yes, you have, because that's where you are. Okay? Ready? If this is the first one you're watching, there's 33 parts before this. 33! Oh my god! No! Not the Masons! Anyway, here we go. Holm and de Viron removed these external and planetary effects from 5 decades of length of day data, exposing the 5.9-year period. They then compared bumps in the cycle, which corresponded to sudden jumps in the length of day, with geomagnetic jerks detected since 1969. Isolation and enhancement of the periodic length of day variation signal provides a consistent set of regular peak periods extending from 1965 until 2011, encompassing 8 full cycles of the oscillatory pattern and 10 related geomagnetic jerks. A complementary analysis of the history of earthquakes of magnitude 7 or greater since 1900 was recently reported by geophysicist Roger Bilham of the University of Colorado Boulder and Rebecca Bendick of the University of Montana in Missoula. Oh, Montana, is that where that new fault line is showing up? And then the TikToker who was like showing it for weeks, like, hey, look, there's a fault line showing up on my property. He's like, look, this is fucked up because you know, what's it called? That one place is a super volcano, Yellowstone. Anyway, and then he deleted all of his videos and he hasn't posted since. Yikes! The numbers of earthquakes that have occurred each year in the past century are well known. The changes in Earth's rotation rate are also well known. All we have done is to compare these two well-known lists of numbers and report an interesting and useful relationship. The basic idea is that as the Earth spins slightly, the equator shrinks. However, tectonic plates don't shrink as easily, meaning the edges of the plates get squeezed. Although this amount of squeezing isn't huge, it does put added stress on plate boundaries that are already under stress, where earthquakes are more likely, Bilham said. On average, there were about 15 major earthquakes per year since 1900. However, during certain periods, the planet sees between 25 and 35 earthquakes greater than magnitude 7 in a year. When the team looked more closely, they found those periods coincided with times when the Earth spins more slowly, meaning the days get slightly longer. While the earthquake sequences form clear clusters around time periods of most extreme variation from the mean day length, the 7+ magnitude earthquake dataset did not provide any specific patterns that might aid in the prediction of the location of timing of future events. Without having any clear data to support their supposition, researchers speculate that the periodic variation of Earth's core rotation may result from the movement of magma within the lower mantle. Various researchers have drawn a connection between the increasing worldwide occurrence of strange atmospheric sounds like booms, roaring, or trumpets, increasing atmospheric plasma formations, and the slowdown of Earth's rotation occurring simultaneously with the approach of the solar minimum in mid-2018. Length of day oscillation in 5.913 years. It's pretty oscillation-y. Look at that. Length of day. Oh, that's what the LOD stands for. Length of day oscillation. In fact, the intriguing length of day oscillation is not the net result of some unidentified movement within Earth's mantle, but it is the reverberatory effect of regular passes of the sun's binary companion, a brown dwarf star. The invisible presence of a brown dwarf companion star has not been duly considered as a source for the oscillation, because geophysicists are analyzing earthquake clusters over various decades. No concise precise figure for the LOD oscillation has been ascertained. An accurate high-precision determination of the LOD oscillation period enables refined calculation of binary solar cycle dynamics. An interesting relationship becomes apparent within the 5.9-year value estimated of the LOD oscillation is doubled. 5.9 times 2 equals 11.8, presenting a clear Fibonacci correlation that offers a compelling link to the sun's binary companion. The 5.9-year oscillation reflects approximately half the value of Fibonacci number 136 times 10 to the negative 27th. Fibonacci number 136 times 10 to the negative 27 equals 11.825896447871835, repeat, going on forever. And then if you divide that by 2, it's 5.912948. Utilizing a Fibonacci correlated figure of around 5.913 years for refining calculations of the LOD oscillation has clarified the origin of the periodic slowdown in Earth's core rotation by revealing perfect coincidence with the 36,666-year binary solar cycle previously extrapolated from data given to contactee Billy Edward Meyer. 36,666 years divided by 6,201 equals 5.913. An LOD oscillation of 5.913 years presents around 0.00003095 variance from dude, what the fuck? This special Fibonacci correlation apparently represents an indicator for the mean LOD oscillation, pointing to exact calculations of the period duration. A roughly 5.913-year period for the LOD oscillation perfectly aligns with the 36,666-year binary cycle model, elapsing 6,201 times every 36,666 years. During the period of the 11-year solar cycle elapses 3,333 times. Dude, the Masons are losing it with that. Okay, we're going to finish this soon. We're going to blast through the past here in the end, okay? We're on to part 35. Let's go. See you in a minute. Welcome to part 35 of Alex Putney's Akasha. Here we go. We're talking about magnetic fields and Fibonacci stuff and lots of numbers that are either 3s, 6s, or 9s, baby. So here we go. A 5.913-year length of day oscillation corresponds to 2,160 days, or 31.8 days less than 6 years. According to the Fibonacci calibration, a series of peak dates for the LOD oscillation may be obtained measured from the Mayan Baktun calendar close of December 21st, 2012. The series of peak dates follows: October 6th, 1959, September 4th, 1965, August 3rd, 1971, July 2nd, 1977, May 31st, 1983, April 29th, 1989, March 27th, 1995, February 23rd, 2001, January 22nd, 2007, December 21st, 2012. That's when they were all like, the world's gonna end. November 19th, 2018. A 5.913-year LOD oscillation synchronizes with the solar year once every 136 years, corresponding to 23 full cycles. According to this pattern, peak cycle dates synchronized with the December solstice in 2012, 1876, 1740, 1604, 1468, 1332, 1196, 1060, 924, 788, 652, etc. The brown dwarf elliptical orbit. It's 36,666-year binary cycle, right? So what? Our whole thing, our shit is just like chilling here, and then what's the red thing? Sedna? What is Sedna? Fuck, dude, I'm so dumb. Did he say? Am I missing this? Anyway, let's keep going. These new findings regarding the LOD oscillation resonate with data given in the Bible by providing an astronomical configuration corresponding to September 23rd, 2017. Bible authors have cryptically specified a 9-month period of birth pains preceding the new age commencing on July 22nd, 2018. Bible alignment, September 23rd, 2017 begins 9-month period of tribulations preceding magnetic geomagnetic reversal at solar minimum on January 22nd, 2018. And there appeared a great wonder in heavens, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she being the child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. First trimester, September 23rd, 2017. Second trimester, December 22nd, 2017. Third trimester, March 22nd, 2018. Geomagnetic reversal, June 28th, 2018. Well, it looks like these stupid ass, these Central Idiot Association people were able to push the geomagnetic reversal back because it hasn't happened yet. And dude, when's the next 5.9 year cycle? Has it already happened? Dude, it might have. Dude, wait. When is 5.9? 6 years from there is 2024. July, June. It should be like right now. Oh my god. Various aspects of the geomagnetic reversal were addressed in the Cassiopeia transmissions channeled by Laura Knight Jadsic, following a poignant question during a dialogue conducted on January 17th, 1997. What do you suppose happens when the mantle stops or slows and the crust does not? Okay, is it that there will be lots of earthquakes? Maybe, but what is the bigger picture? The bigger picture is that the Earth changes its orbital position, velocity, gravity lessens. So if gravity is lessened and it is the binder, then everything without gravity, it just all falls apart. Not falls apart, my dear, it all opens up. What? The interesting but brief discussion was directly expanded upon in a much later conversation with the Cassiopeans that took place on July 6, 2010. That's, like 14 years later, 13 years later, in which they reiterated the rotational velocity connection. Is oil leaking out of the ocean bed floor in the Gulf of Mexico in any other places besides through the well? Yes. But that is happening elsewhere as well, all part of the opening up phenomena. So you mean that what we've speculated about sinkholes and cracks in the earth, what is causing this opening up? Misalignment, or rather sliding of layers of crust of Earth due to slowing of rotation. Okay, what is causing the slowing of rotation? We have mentioned the approach of companion star and its tendency to ground the system. The Cassiopeans expanded on this data in a session conducted on February 22nd, 1997, linking the 5.913 year length of day oscillation to the vibratory influence of human thoughts and emotions. Okay, alright, we're gonna jump into part 36, dudes. Alright, we're so close to the end, I promise. It's almost done. We're moving and a shaking, boys. We are so freaking close, okay? Just like 2 or 3 more left. Alright, here we go. Part freaking 6 on Alex Putney's Akasha. Here we go, and then we're gonna pick another one and read that too. I'm never gonna stop reading. I'm gonna read forever. I hope you guys like listening, because I'm never stopping. Okay, bye. Also, guys, this is happening. Yup. So, if you want to hang, come hang. If not, don't. If you want to wait till later, YouTube. Okay, climate is being influenced by change in the planet's axis rotation orientation. Remember this. A change in the speed of the rotation may not be reported when it is imperceptible except by instrumentation. Equator is slightly wider than the polar zones, but this discrepancy is decreasing slowly currently. What causes the change in the axis? By slowdown of rotation. Earth alternately heats up and cools down in interior, part of cycle related to energy exerted upon surface by the frequency resonance vibrational profile of humans and others. Whoa. The Schumann resonance, that affects the interior of the Earth? Wait, you're talking about the human vibes on the surface affect the interior of the Earth? Is that what he's saying? This surprising frequency resonance vibrational detail was given further context in a subsequent dialogue that took place July 11th, 1998. Next question concerning this companion star. We were told that its mass is less than the sun. Can we have a figure on how much less? 56% of the mass of the sun. Okay, if this is really so, then when it really starts to approach the solar system and they rotate in tandem, it means that the Earth will really start to feel its gravity. And because of this, the solar system will start to move with respect to other stars. So all the constellations will shift. Is this correct? More like a slight wobble effect. Will that be perceptible to us here on Earth? Only through measurements. As the brown dwarf approaches, will it intensify the solar flare activity? The effect on the physical orientation of the sun from the periodic passage of its companion is to flatten the sphere slightly. This returns to its original spherical shape with the retreat. We have been told that there is going to be a change in the magnetic field of the Earth. Is it going to be a complete pole reversal? Yes. What is going to happen inside Earth that could cause this magnetic pole reversal is caused by disturbances in the mineral content of the substrata rock, brought on by the interaction of Earth with outside forces. Pole reversal is cyclical anyway. These events merely serve as trigger mechanism. Realm border is when the reality shifts for all. Yes, but why is this reality shift related to magnetic field disturbance? What is the connection? Your physiology and etheric orientation are both tied into the magnetic state of your environment. These comprehensive details given by the Cassiopeans are quite stunning in their vast implications, essentially informing us that human experiential cycles mirror the electromagnetic cycles of our planet. Of course, the slight wobble effect mentioned by the Cassiopeans refers to the well-documented millisecond variations in the length of each day that conform to the 5.913-year LOD oscillation. The most surprising information given by the Cassiopeans in these sessions, however, is their contention that the psychic vibrations of humans and others exert a powerful force on the surface of the Earth that induces an alternate heating and cooling of the interior of the planet in the same 5.913 rhythm as the LOD oscillation. What? Dude, further data given by the Cassiopeans related to the exotic superconductive state of matter comprising the planetary core may offer clues as to how the alternate heating and cooling of Earth's interior relates to the LOD oscillation. On September 12, 1998, the Cassiopean thought forms shared several surprising details concerning the composition of Earth's core, which they identified as a fluid crystalline gas core formed by methane bound to ammonium crystals at high temperatures and under immense pressures. Question: well, just what is at the core of our planet? A fluid crystalline gas core. And what is the fluid crystalline gas core composed of? Methane and ammonia. How does methane and ammonia become crystalline? They can be under the correct magnetic conductivity. What is so particular about methane and ammonia that it composes the core? Methane binds to the ammonium crystals. Methane collected at the core after cooling. Buoyancy is determined by gravitational profile. This is why Jupiter and Saturn, for example, both of which are less dense than the Earth, but have immensely stronger gravitational fields, have atmospheres consisting of ammonia as the dominant gas. These clear specifications given by the source channeled through Laura Knight Jadzik and her group have yet to be verified in laboratory experiments, but provide a general model that can certainly be tested by computer simulation and eventually replicated. If Earth's core is a methane-ammonia superconductor, it would possess the property of superfluidity, having zero viscosity. It flows without loss of kinetic energy, forming cellular vortices that continue to rotate indefinitely once stirred up. Alternate heating and cooling of Earth's superfluid core appears to be another unexpected influence of the binary companion star. Alright dudes, we're going into part frickin' 37. I'll see you in a minute. Bye! It's the final part of Akasha by Alex Putney. It's part 37, boys. Do, my little witches. We're going to finish this right here and right frickin' now, okay? Let's do this. An hexagonal array of cellular vortices of Earth's superfluid crystalline core is expressed from the axis of geographic poles, forming a global dodecahedral array that underpins the Fibonacci-ordered distribution of nodal points of infrasound standing waves encompassing the planetary surface known as Schumann resonance. These ultra-low frequencies have recently been surging to high amplitudes in recurring spates. Dramatic infrasound bursts lasting many hours in duration, such as those recorded on January 10th to 12th, 2018, are not audible to the average person. However, higher harmonics produced by the Schumann resonance above 30 Hz can be heard by many people and have become a major nuisance for some and a form of spiritual perception for others, depending on their awareness and psychic orientation. Now linked with intensifying infrasonic, tectonic, and auroral activity worldwide, synchronization of the LOD oscillation with solar maximum indicates periapsis of our binary solar system occurred on December 22nd, 2012, above. Ancient knowledge transmitted through indigenous elders and the Bible predict the imminent appearance of worldwide auroral formations as well as giant luminous domes surrounded by bright flashes, streaks, and plumes, such as those connected or documented in Prairieville, Louisiana, on the night of December 7th, 2017. Prescient passages from the Bible offer a clear description of the great intensity of two suns shining their brilliance over the earth. A vision of the new golden age commencing at solar minimum on June 22nd, 2018. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and streams of waters in the day, and the great slaughter when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days, in the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people, and healeth the stroke of their wound. What? So anyway, Betelgeuse supernova or something, and maybe that's going to turn our dead dwarf companion star into a real actual star sun, and then we're going to turn into the fourth density. I don't know. What the hell? Okay, well, I guess maybe infrasound, or I'll find another one for us to read, but ta-da! Bravo! Thank you, Alex Putney. We loved Akasha. Here we go. Watch this, boys. The Great Greening of... Boom. Look at that. We have read 2 of Alex Putney's fucking fire shit, okay? And then we've got to pick one more thing to read and have some fun. We've got to read some more Alex Putney. We've got to read Resonance, Atlas, and Tesla's Rebirth. Wait, maybe we'll do this one next. I don't know. Or Lightwater, Kundalini in Ecuador. You guys let me know. Okay, well, congrats. We did it. We made it through Akasha. Hell yes. All right, see you soon. Bye. Hey, come and hang out tonight at this, okay? I'll see you there. Bye.